Live with Phil, Thursday evenings at 8.
What's up, guys? It's Thursday. We got another live. We got a pretty cool guest on today. I'm excited to talk with Sam. Haven't really had a long conversation with him since we filmed a hunt together in Idaho. Was that 2 years ago? But Sam now is a teacher. He is a soon-to-be father. He is a three-time Sam, I'm sorry. I'm just going to Scott. Three-time something wrestler. He's a bad dude, and he's a good guy and a follower in Christ. I'll bring him on. Sam, there he is.
What's up?
How's it going, man? Long time
I'm
no
doing
see.
great. It's good to see you again and talk with you. Yeah, it's Scholar All-American. So
Scholar All-American. What is that?
So basically, there's different criteria for it, but you gotta either make it to nationals, which I did not accomplish, but you can also get the wrestling side of the criteria by, I think it's like placing at conference, which our conference is pretty tough in the WIAC in Wisconsin, at Eau Claire and La Crosse and a few of those schools. So it's pretty tough, but I think you either got to place like top 3 there, and then or win like 50% of your matches or something like that with your record. So that's the 3 different wrestling criteria that you could have, and then you got to have like a 3-point. I want to say it's like a 3.4 or above, 3.5 GPA at school as well. So you got to match both of those to get that. So it was pretty sweet.
At the college level?
Yes. Yep.
And where did you wrestle for college?
I wrestled at UW Eau Claire, which when I had come in, it wasn't as great as it is right now. It's really booming right now with the coach that's there, and we've been getting some hammers for recruits, and so it's growing like crazy. I know just a couple weekends ago, I was at the national tournament, and they took 5th as a team. So they're doing really well. We had our first national champ since like 2006, and he's only the second guy from Eau Claire to ever win nationals. So I mean, Eau Claire is definitely growing and doing some pretty good stuff. So it was fun to be part of the building.
What's your win? So for anyone listening, I see Chad, Z. What's up, guys? If you're listening, leave a comment, because we don't see on our end who's listening, who's not listening. We can just see comments that are left, and then we can, if we click a comment, what's up, guys, we can say, what's up, Z, and pull it in. That's the best way to be a part of the conversation. But back to wrestling. Prior to doing these lives, I reach out and I ask the guests, hey, send me some pictures that that have some meaning to you. We're talking about wrestling. Sam, let's go with this first one here. Yeah, is this a win? This is a big win, huh?
That was actually a huge win last year at the regional. So if you take top 3, you make it to nationals, and but it's a 2-day tournament, and so that was the first day of the tournament. Like I said earlier, like I didn't qualify for nationals, but I made the second day, and that was the match to make the second day, and I won in overtime against a kid from La Crosse that I had previously lost to a couple weeks before that at conference, and he was actually ranked I think he was ranked top 3 in the country actually at one point throughout the season. So it was a pretty sweet win, and then that also, we were talking about Scholar All-American, that secured my Scholar All-American for that year, so to be a 3-time Scholar All-American. So that match had a lot.
That's why this is the match.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Dude, you sent me that picture. I put that at the top. I was like, right here. That's pretty cool. So what weight did you wrestle?
I wrestled at 197 most of my college career. I did As a freshman, I told the coach that I'd go at 197 or 184. So of course he was like, "Yeah, you're going down to 184," and that was um,
Was that
that
the year?
was doable, but
That
it
was
was
not
not.
the year.
What's that?
The year we filmed that hunt. Where were you in wrestling in that?
That would have been my senior year. So that was gosh, I was wrestling 197 at that time, but on that trip, I did not really. I didn't. I was not eating the way I
Bro,
should at elk
you
hunt.
were
I
not
was
eating. You were still a D3 college wrestler.
yes, yep.
You're perfect shape for an elk hunt.
Oh, I
No
was
problem
in
at
good
all.
shape, but I was about 20 pounds over actually when we had gotten back. When we got back from that trip, I was like 220, and I had to. We had a we had a meet against Stevens Point. Um, like I want to say it was less than a week from when we got back, and so I had to. I didn't realize that coach was going to put me in at that match. I didn't actually think that one. I didn't start varsity, but I still had an exhibition match that night, and so I had to make weight at 197. I think I was 220 or something like that. So it was that was one of my worst cuts, and I just remember we ate like a chocolate cake or something out in
Dude,
Idaho,
we ate
and
so bad the whole time, not just there. Driving too from Wisconsin to Idaho, we ate like crap the whole entire time. Oh, stop at Love, stop at Bucky's, stop at whatever gas station.
well, you
Just ate
have to.
nonsense. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, another Red Bull, another Monster. Oh, we got 5 more hours.
yep.
All right, so I didn't realize how big you were into wrestling. What do you think about these? I don't fully know a lot about it, but I've seen some videos. There's high school kids beating D1 wrestlers.
Yes. And it's happening quite a bit actually. It is pretty shocking. I mean, you just being a college athlete myself and not even like, not close to the D1 level and then just like knowing where I was at in high school, I did pretty well in high school and just thinking that they're like these kids nowadays are just freaking monsters and beating guys that are D1 studs or even returning national champions at the D1 level and seeing them like tear it up. It's crazy.
That's my buddy John just commented. What's up, John? He wrestled here in Maryland, and I believe he
Okay.
was third in the state. And he says a kid from Rising Sun is a stud. Yeah, he wrestled through high school. I did not wrestle, so I'll put that out there. But I wish I did.
You
Yeah.
were too tough.
No, you can call what you want, Sam. No, I had other things on my mind,
Yeah.
which hey, live and learn. But hey, speaking of fighting, we got a big fight coming up, don't we? Not me and you, but the social media world.
You got a what?
Tyson and
Oh,
Jake Paul.
yeah, that's insane. That just I I saw that and right away I thought it was a joke and then I was like, "Oh, wait, they're actually like when you start scrolling through and you see more about it and you're like, "What the heck?"
You
Like,
seen any interviews with Tyson lately?
no, I haven't seen any,
He's
but
gonna
I'm
kill him. He's gonna kill him. Like the interviews,
fight is
he
here.
sounds like a crazy guy. It's like I took this fight to retire him. He's not for the boxing community. I'm just gonna end his career and he can go do WWE. But he's as dead serious as it gets. And
Just
he's a terrifying dude
oh yeah. I mean,
at
yeah, he's
57. But then you got the guys like Andrew Tate and Conor McGregor and all the other dudes that are saying if you fight a guy that's 57 and beat him up, it's a 60-year-old guy. It's like a grandfather.
yeah, Jake's I
But
mean,
it's the same dude is 60 years old. He's not. I think he's held his own.
it's kind of a
What's
little
John's thinking? What's John thinking? Oh, that's too small for me to read. He's a stud, but he's not as fast as he was. He retired at 38. He's still got to be able to take shots. Yeah, I don't know if he can take the shots. I
yeah,
don't
I mean,
know.
Yeah,
It's going to be a
I have no idea. I just know that he could probably rock a solid punch, and if he can be quick enough to get a hold of Jake, I think he's gonna lay the smack down on him. But you'd think a kid like a young guy. I just even think of like, at wrestling practice with, um, at the college level, like you get an older guy that comes in there, like they're not like, I mean, they could be a stud, and when you're, I mean, you're 57, like you're not able to roll around like you used to, or just like, I would just think that a younger guy would eat him up too. So I guess it's tough to say. I don't really know, but they're gonna make buku money off of it either way. So
Oh, they're going to make a lot of money off this. Let's see. 3 days ago.
Switch to H&R Block. File free on your own, like a champ.
If anyone watching knows a copyright lawyer, please have them reach out to me.
Day one, the fun just begun.
Hey, man, at 57, though, no.
that's incredible.
I would not want to fight that man. I would not even. Chart's in here? What's up, Chart? I can't see who's watching. Oh, there, Chart left a comment. I went to high school with Chart. How you been? Where you at? Where you living in the world, brother? Last I heard, Pennsylvania. I see Jake getting knocked out. John sees Jake getting knocked out. I hope so.
Yeah,
I really do.
I would love to see that.
Oh, we got someone from YouTube commenting. All right, so if I see a YouTube comment, it's got a YouTube thing.
I see that.
He's almost 60. I think he's winning. I think he's winning too. Imagine squaring up with a guy like that in a bar fight. Terrifying. Terrifying. He's just going to look through you and be like, you picked the wrong man. You're going to be like, dude, what? This man's crazy. He's like, I was ready for this today. Nah,
Yeah.
not for me. Pennsylvania. I thought so, Chart. I thought you were up that way. Sam, brings me to it. Behind your head, that was not there when we did a pre-talk a couple weeks ago.
No.
What is that?
Oh.
What you got there?
So just went and picked it up the other night after school. I drove about an hour to go pick it up after school, and there he is. That's my new favorite buddy here at the house.
Let's see. I think I got a picture you sent me of him from the field here.
Yeah, there he is.
Run us down this story. Tell us about him. How long you been watching him? You've been following him? Public land, private land. What's going on?
Well, that's the craziest thing, because I didn't know anything about this deer at all. Like, didn't even know the area really. I mean, so like I said, I've been wrestling down in Eau Claire because I went to school here, and obviously I'm a huge hunter and like to be outdoors. So I just was like, well, there's no way I'm going to get any deer hunting permission around here. So I just went really hard for like turkey hunting, and got tons of places to turkey hunt around Eau Claire area. And then been hunting for about 4 years on different places. And I was like, well, then I got a job at Elk Mound as a teacher. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to be living here now. I might as well try to get somewhere to deer hunt, so I don't have to always drive back up home an hour and a half to my parents or family, where we got a cabin and a bunch of land. And so just stopped at like a few places and kind of gave the little spiel, like, hey, and it was
not
nice,
that
like,
deer.
yeah, a few people, like, I already knew because I've been turkey hunting at places, but I was like, hey, I got a new teaching job at Elk Mound, and so now I'm going to be in the area, and I was just looking for a place to bow hunt. And yeah, they were super generous and let me hunt. So that's kind of a little backstory to getting the permission at some of these private spots. I'm not a real big public land deer hunter. I guess I've always had land through family and stuff, and plus it just seems like some people are probably gonna hate this. I think it's just a waste of time. I mean, for me, and honestly, sometimes it's just scary. Like I'm not walking, during gun season. I'm not walking through
Well, where
public.
you're at, we just got a comment here from old Richie Green in Alaska. Where's the Alaskan moose? He's in Alaskan village. I met him on a moose hunt. He
That's
lives in the village that we were in, and I believe right now they're in the teens degrees, like really cold still. Last week, I think it was -20. Miserably
Jesus.
cold. But anyways, go ahead with your deer.
Yeah. So anyways, like I said, I didn't really know the area. This is my first year hunting it. So my dad and I, we about August, we went in and just like tried to set up a camera and find a spot where we could even put a stand because it was mostly field. But we're like, we got to find a spot at least somewhere on the edge and um, put up a stand. And I hunted it about, I don't know, 4 or 5 nights. Didn't see like hardly anything. I saw one 6-pointer, and then a couple nights I got skunked, and it was a real long walk, like almost point
So what are you
7.
sitting? You're sitting in a stand over a field.
Yeah, so I just put up a hang on stand, and climb with that. I guess I don't. That's the only way I really do it. I don't really do climbers. Just I don't know. I don't really like them that much. They're not as comfortable to me, I guess.
Saddle hunt.
No, I've looked at the saddles, and I think they'd be really fun, but I haven't got into that. Honestly, I mean, a good box blind is always fun too, because then you can kind of move around a little bit and get a nice recliner chair or something. But no, I didn't do that for this buck. So after not seeing any or seeing very much, and it was all standing corn, the whole 80-acre field. So so we're like, gosh, I don't know what to do. So the one night I got down from my stand and I was like, I'm just gonna go walk to the back of the property, and on the other side there's a bean field, and that's where the deer were at. So I just kind of sat on the ground that night and just watched this bean field. Saw quite a few does and a couple like I don't know, basket bucks, and so I was like, all right, well this is definitely like where the deer are congregating a little bit more and feeding, and it was about October um, at this time, and so deer aren't really like they're not in the rut yet. It was like beginning of October, and so they're not really running around too much, and didn't have very much on camera. But then after I saw those deer up on the other side, but I couldn't hunt the bean field. Okay, so that was the other property. So I'm like right on the line, and on my side is the corn. So so I get out that night, and next day or next weekend maybe I think
Cameras up? Do you have cameras or no cameras?
I had one, and it wasn't a cell camera either, and it was so far to walk back on this property. So I was like, my dad, he's awesome. He gave me a couple of cell cameras to use. So that was super nice because this place is just like way too far to walk. And then the lady that let me hunt, like she wanted to know every time like that I was there and stuff like that. It's like I just didn't want to feel like I'm texting her like every day, like, hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm back. Hey, I'm gonna go check a camera and stuff like that. So I didn't really want to be in there too much, and so Dad let me use a cell camera, and so I went and put up, or he actually, yeah, I didn't do a lot of work. Dad, he's awesome. He's a machine when it comes to like putting stands up or like doing any of that kind of stuff, food plots. He loves it, and
Shout
I
out,
like
Mr.
it.
Melton.
Yeah, shout out to my dad, and so he loves doing it, and very thankful that he did that. But he put a stand up, but he always puts them up like horrible, like so he puts them up for me, and I love that. But like, yeah, it's leaning one way, or I always feel like I'm gonna fall out of the thing. Um, so, but this one wasn't too bad, but the tree was pretty small because there wasn't a lot on the edge. So I put a cell cam in right under my stand too because there was a scrape on the edge of the cornfield, and so um, I'm at school a couple days after that, and Dad sends me a picture of a pretty nice 10-pointer that was there at like 3 a.m. And so he's like, "Hey, you should probably go tonight." And so which is crazy because like this just goes to show how like cell cameras have changed the game of deer hunting.
Mhm.
Like it's unbelievable. It's super awesome. I mean, it's really nice. You kind of know when the deer are moving through a lot better. You're not bouncing or bumping deer out of the area. They're pretty sweet. And it's just like it's almost like an Instagram where you just kind of you get photos and you're just like
Scroll
scrolling
through
through
it.
all your buck properties. So it's like it's the hunter's Instagram. It's the best.
You got turkeys on them right now?
I do have quite a few turkeys on one of the cell cameras, but that was a couple weeks ago. So then I took them down. I took all my cameras down. Well, it just gets expensive paying for the cell cameras. That's the one downfall, I guess. My wife won't let me get a ton because, yeah, it's a month.
Well, she won't let you get a ton because you got something on the way.
Right. Well, yeah.
Hold on, before we get there, let's finish the deer. Let's get to the harvest of it.
So I
You
saw
leave
him.
school?
Dad sent me that picture. He was there at 3 a.m. So I'm at
Mhm.
school. Long day. I was like, I had to probably get to some grading that night and grade some papers. And I had a buddy or a new buddy that I met at school. He's a 7th grade teacher, Jacob Stitchen. Shout out Jacob. And I texted him and I'm like, dude, like I got to grade a bunch of papers, but like this buck came in at 3 a.m. Like, and he's like, dude, you can grade whenever you want. He's like, go hunt.
Those
And so
kids get A's anyway.
well, it's 1s, 2s, and 3s now, so it's kind of hard to mess it up.
Oh yeah. I mean, once you get to 6, I know it's hard, right?
Yeah, so I was like, all right, yeah, you're right. Don't twist my arm. So I went out, I drove home, threw all my hunting stuff right away, walked back and got up in the stand and just sat for about, I don't know, 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, like I'm seeing deer. I actually scared a doe out like pretty close to me. And so I'm really excited. I'm like, oh, this spot's already way better. Like I'm actually seeing deer versus the other spot that I was in. I didn't see hardly anything. So then within like 25 minutes, this real nice 10-pointer came, and I'm just like, I'm shaking now. I've never shot a big buck. Like this is my first one that I put on the wall.
Compound bow, right?
With a bow or a gun. But yes,
Okay.
I was hunting with a bow, compound, and I got to pull up this video from this hunt because this 10-pointer came, and I'm just super jacked. He comes and jumps the fence and starts coming right to me, and he got to 20 yards, and so like anyone that bow hunts, like 20 yards that's a chip shot. Like you practice that like anytime you shoot your bow. And so I'm like super jacked, but he stayed in the standing corn. And so I couldn't, all I could see was basically his head. And so there wasn't ever a shot there. And so, that was kind of a bummer. And I kind of spooked him. I was taking a video through my phone and keeping some of my buddies, updated on the situation, and which was really stupid. Like looking back,
You got caught with your phone out.
yeah, yeah. I
You got
mean,
caught
that
with your
was
phone out.
yeah, that was dumb. Definitely not like an
But it paid
experience.
off, right?
What it did,
It paid
yeah, and
off.
it
It
was
all
fun.
part of some
'Cause
plan.
that's right.
Yeah.
And like my cousins make fun of me for it. And my family, they're like, "Dude, you're always on your phone or like saying what you're seeing or like, oh, I got a big buck coming." And but then they're always like happy that they're in the know and they like it. So there's a little trade off there. But
Yeah.
anyways, this was the 10-pointer.
Hold on a
That
sec.
had
Keep it
come
there.
out.
Keep it there. Hold it closer to the screen. Oh, that's the
So
one that you just let walk because it was in the corner.
right. And well, I actually kind of scared him because I was on my phone, and then a doe had came right under me, and she spotted me right away, and so she blew. And anyone that deer hunts, like if a doe blows, like you're kind of screwed. And so they ran, and I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me! Like that was so dumb. Like I should have been patient and sitting and waiting, and all of a sudden I see this other buck come, but I thought it was the 10-pointer again coming back out of the woods. And so I'm like, oh man, he's coming back. But turns out it was actually the buck that I shot. It was a different buck. And so then once I realized that, I'm like, holy man, like this spot is sweet. So
Dad put you on a good one.
yeah, he did. And so I'm sitting there, and these 2 bucks, I'll just see if I can show you this video, but there's this 10-pointer, and then there's the buck that I shot.
Oh,
And they were both just sitting there at that right across the fence on the other neighbor's property, and they were like kissing each other and like kind of like pecking on each other's hide, and they're like 50 yards. So I got my binocs out, and I was taking pictures and videos through my binocs. And anyone that knows me knows I love to like get stuff on film or on, a picture of it. And so that's what I was doing, and they were seeing me anyway, and so it was pretty cool. I was sending like that video to my dad like while I'm there, and he's just like, stay calm,
stay
like,
calm,
patient.
Sam. What are
They
you
might
doing?
come."
Stop. Yeah.
Yeah. And dude, it just worked out perfect. Like, so they were sitting there, and they would go in the woods. I would grunt, and I knew it was early in the, like, it wasn't really rut yet. It was October 9th. But I don't know. I was like, I got nothing to lose, And so I'm grunting and making some noise, and they'd come back out, and then they'd go back in the woods again. So my heart was just like this,
Yeah.
And finally they left for a little bit. I could see some more deer out on the bean field and a couple other nice bucks, but then the buck that I shot, he came back to the spot where I showed you that video, and all of a sudden he just starts making his way.
Right.
I'm right in between the 2 fields. Like I said, I got the cornfield and the bean field, and I'm in a pretty thick line of trees. And he just came walking right to me, right in between the trees. Like, it's so thick, I don't even know how he made it through with his rack. Like, and all of a sudden he's about 10 yards from me, straight under me. And so,
is your phone out still?
yeah, it is. Or
No.
no. No, I got my phone here. No, my phone was not out at this point.
Okay.
I put it
Okay.
away. I did text the family or our hunting group chat, like, oh, he's coming back out. But I put it away. And so I got my bow, and I'm sitting here, and he's like 10 yards, and I'm like, this is a bad angle, like, I'm not gonna be able to shoot. And all of a sudden he starts walking again, and so I pulled back, and I didn't know if he was just gonna keep walking straight under me and just keep going, if he was gonna like hop the fence or anything, and he comes just walking straight under me and stops. And so he was actually so far underneath me that I had to lean forward, and I was like basically on my toes, and my cam of my bow. So there's 2 cams, and the bottom cam was hitting my knee. That's how below he was. And so I had to like lean out, and I just put the pin right between his shoulder blades, and
Spine.
and just shot right through him. Didn't spine him somehow, but I did double lung him, which doesn't make any sense. But I don't know if it went through, hit something, and hit a rib and kind of bounced around in there. But it was probably like not the wisest of shots, but
there
I
he
smoked
is.
him, and he ran 200 yards and tipped over, and I got on the phone. I'm like, Dad, I freaking smoked him. I got him. And it was so cool. I mean, that was one of the coolest experiences ever, especially because I've just been, I've been paying my dues with deer hunting, and not ever, I've been around big bucks, but not been close enough to get a shot at one, let alone shoot one.
Well, you're around big bucks in the like now time when you guys are doing. What do you on a timeout? You and your family go somewhere and you do shed hunting, correct?
Well,
no?
I kind of started doing that. I mean, we've always had like lease lands, and up north,
Okay.
northern Wisconsin, we have quite a few lease lands, and we have
You go
our
clean
cabin,
them up from there.
and then my grandpa owns some land, and so that's really nice to hunt all of his stuff. And so, I mean, quite a bit of land, but just like a few 160 acre pieces, so nothing like crazy, but enough to where we have like 15 cousins on my dad's side.
Oh yeah,
So like,
good luck.
you kind of have to have some land, but it does help because you got more guys to pay some leases and stuff like that. So
So you guys get some
But
big deer there. I've seen some pictures of you holding sheds.
yeah, no, we do get some big bucks there. My dad and my brother, they crushed it last year, and my dad shot like a 160-inch hog right next to our house, and that was pretty awesome. And my brother smoked one on just the land that we ended up just getting permission on, not even leasing it or nothing. But it's cool how you can go out and just, if you're real nice and talk to people, and you might have to butter them up or whatever. But like, there is some places that you can go out and get permission, and that's what I've done around here in Eau Claire. Is just, I don't have the money to, as a teacher, I don't really have the money to pay for leases or buy my own land right now. So I just gotta hope that I run into some nice people and they let me hunt. And so I've been very fortunate with that. But
What
yeah.
about your waterfowl? Every year it looks like you guys have a killer season. Is
Well, I
that
just
public?
always make it look that way.
You just save the birds for
um,
the pal pictures? No, like look at
we
this. Here for everyone, anyone watching. These all have bands. All of these are banded birds. Here, this
yeah,
one, all banded birds. Yeah, Sam shoots bands. You got your lanyard with you?
I do.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
Yeah, people they do call me the band guy around here, because I do have quite a few. I think
He's got a horseshoe he sits on every night.
that's what all my cousins say too, because it's hilarious. Like, I always end up either drawing it, or like, actually a lot of these, like, I've been out by myself, and so um I've been able to, obviously, if I am by myself and I shoot it and it's got a band, like, that's mine. So I see the comment down there, where do you go for taxidermy? Shout out to Fox Taxidermy in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. That's where I took him, and did a real nice job. I think he crushed it, and it was like not quite $700. So not, I don't think that's too bad at all. I know everyone around Eau Claire is well over that, so pretty happy with it. But anyways, yeah, lots of bands.
What's the white one? Where's that from?
This
Oh,
one
it says
is
your
this
name.
one's now, my cousin got married and he got us all one of these. That
I saw 3. I was like, "What's 3? What are the letters?"
No, this one's just got my name on it, kind of.
That is cool.
Little
I
corny,
made
but I love
business
it.
cards once.
Cool. There.
Got to send you one.
What's
With all
that?
my I got ones with my contact info on them.
Yeah, you got to send me one of those. You said, I thought you were going to, and I was gonna put it on here, and then I don't know, just
I gave them all out at the dang shows I went to. I did SCI, Great American Outdoor Show, and Western Hunter, and
hey,
then Dixie Deer Classic.
okay.
There's
Well,
a
that's a
lot.
great idea. I mean, you
There's a lot.
give people stuff like that. Like, that's way better than a business card, and
Yeah, people
oh, yeah,
remember it. I'm not going to give it to everybody.
right.
People get business cards. I have them, but not everyone gets a goose band.
That's true.
I will pause right here, Richie. Paul, where did your comment go about the moose hunt? He says I should share the story about my Alaskan moose. I was a cameraman on a moose hunt, and in 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't have the sign-up sheet up on this computer here, but Nico, the hunter from that trip, will be on, and we're going to talk all about that hunt. We'll watch some of the video, go over some of the footage, and very excited for that. So, Richie, I'll put the date out there when I get it up, but I think it's in 3 weeks or 4 weeks, something like 3 weeks. 3 weeks. All right, Sam, back to you, brother. We have a picture of you that you surprised me with one day. This one.
Yeah,
What you got there? You
that's
guys are
probably,
expecting, huh?
yeah, that could be probably one of my most proud pictures. Actually, that one's pretty special. Gonna have a baby coming soon, so that was pretty awesome. My wife and I we were like, yeah, I think it's time to maybe start trying, and kind of happened right away. And so we're just like super super blessed that everything just kind of worked out right away. And yeah, we're super jacked. Like,
Did you feel free to tell me no. Don't feel obligated because we're talking through a computer here. But Richie from Alaska has congratulations with a heart. They're
thanks, Richie.
wonderful, wonderful people. For anyone who's never been to Alaska and doesn't know about native culture, I don't know much about it. I spent 2 weeks there, but the people are extremely nice, extremely friendly, extremely big hearts, and loving. So they're very good people. But Sam, do feel free to shut me up. But boy, girl, name, anything? Are we do due date?
Yeah, no, can't share names.
Okay.
That's a done deal from the wife. We're not even sharing with our family members or parents or anybody. So that's kind of we're just gonna be the only ones that know, and until the baby comes out. So that one, I actually told the students today at school, the
They
fifth
were all
grade,
picking names.
and oh, they all wanted to like vote for a name, and they're like, it's Jackson, isn't it? Or like, they're like, name him Jimmy, and I'm like, no, guys, sorry, like that's it's
Oh,
fun
that's
though.
awesome.
I mean, dude, they have so much energy, and so it was super fun to tell them. They're like, you got to bring it in or bring the baby in next year, and I'm like, oh, I will, don't worry. Like, so
That's
that
cool.
was pretty
Have they
fun.
met? Have they met Emily?
They have seen Emily. We went to a choir concert, and dude, that was crazy. Like, that was the closest I've ever been to being a celebrity. We walked in the gym, and all the fifth grade girls are like, they're all waiting, off to the side in the bleachers, and then there's just like family members throughout the gym, and there was sixth grade and fifth grade there, and my wife and I walk in, and like, dude, the 50 some fifth grade girls just start screaming their heads off when we walked in. And so super, I mean, it was
You
awesome.
were
Like,
like, oh, I know you.
well, I'm just like, oh gosh, like I don't even know. I don't know where to sit. And it was pretty full. And so like, we're trying to like, obviously notice the kids and like, hey,
Yeah,
hey, but like
but
also
like,
like,
all right, guys, tone it down.
yeah, yeah. And my wife is probably not as like bubbly or social as I am. And so she's just like, oh my gosh. And so like the next day the kids are like, your wife is mean. And I'm like, guys, you scared her. Like, you legit freaked her out. So
That's so funny.
yeah, long story there, but they have met Emily, and yeah, so that'll be
So you teach fifth grade, correct? Or
yeah,
Fifth.
yeah.
Fifth grade. And how's it work in Wisconsin? You're going year round, or are you going 8 months, 10 months?
No, definitely not year round. We go from like this year we actually started pretty early. We started like middle of August, and then we're gonna get out on May 24th. So
Ooh.
yeah, I guess I haven't really known anything different because this is my first year. So but it seems like a good schedule. So and then we got the summers off. So that's one of
And
the things.
what are you teaching? What subjects?
So I teach ELA, so English Language Arts, and then science class. Um,
Oh, you do fun stuff? Can you do cool experiments?
we do some experiments, and I don't know if it's like the most fun all the time, and then like the kids are the
Were
kids.
you his wrestling coach this year?
Yeah, yeah, that's Mason. What's up, buddy?
Heck yeah. He's a tough coach. He was
I
coaching
probably
us.
am kind of a tough coach. I felt bad for the kids sometimes. I was like, made them get off the bus and do push-ups before we left to a meet and stuff like
Did
that. Like,
you? What? How old are these kids? How old are you? How old?
well, the
12, 13, 14?
yeah. So the kids that
Okay.
I coach are sixth grade through eighth grade, and then I have a couple like fifth graders that'll be managers or whatever and still come to practice, but they can't technically compete at the meets and stuff like that.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's pretty cool.
but yeah, for science we do some pretty fun experiments, and the kids love them, but they love them too much almost. Where like trying to do an experiment with like 10 and 11-year-old kids, like they're just like you show them one like cool thing or like there's a little bit of smoke on something and they're just like, "Wow!" They're like got the Joe Rogan reaction. They're all like, "Did you see that?" Then they all want to do it. So it's like, guys, this is just the first part, So it's like,
we got more.
yeah,
It's gonna get bigger.
So,
Yeah, that's funny.
awesome.
I remember in 8th, so I had the same science teacher in 4th grade, Miss Malooly at Emerton Elementary School, and then she transferred to Bel Air Middle School for 8th grade, and I had her again in 8th grade. We did the coolest stuff ever out of all my science teachers I ever had. We did some cool stuff with Miss Darris and Mr. Marcantonio. We did a cool thing, earthquake, where we built a toothpick structure. I think it had to be four stories, and then he made a sawzall table. He just took a sawzall, clamped it together, and shook it, and it had to withstand.
Dude, that
was a fun one.
Awesome.
It was so fun. Those are fun experiments. Day 1 of 8th grade, we did mint toast and diet soda.
Yeah,
with the teacher that I haven't seen since 4th grade.
Yep. That sounds awesome. We don't get to do like a ton of experiments, but definitely. I mean,
in 5th grade we did one. I remember it. We split into groups, and we each got different diaper brands to see which one is the most absorbent.
Do you remember which one it was?
Which brand? No, not a clue at all. But I remember how we did it, the hypothesis we had to come up with, and we had to take all the stuff out of it and put it in a baggie and then punch a little hole in the bottom of it. And then, yeah, remember it all.
Dang. Yeah, I was asking.
I have vivid memories on weird stuff.
Hey, that sounds super fun. I think whenever you can do something that's just like out of the ordinary or like just like just different, like straight up different, like the kids love it and they remember it. Like I just random stuff, like we were doing attendance the one day and like ideas just like randomly come to me as I'm like talking or teaching or whatever. And so like I was like, oh, like, hey, you want to do attendance today? And they're like, wait,
huh?
Like, what? Like me? I'm like, yeah, just come up and read it off the computer and
they think it's the coolest thing.
They love it. Yeah. So
little things like that. You remember so much. Like taking this might not even be a thing anymore. But when I was in school, we used to have to take the attendance to the office.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You take the card on who's there and not there to the office. Do you guys still do that, or is it all computer?
It's on the computer now, but sometimes when it's not working, I'll write it on a sticky note, and yeah, I'm sure they feel pretty good. Like, oh yeah,
yeah. You got to run it to the office and take your time, go slow and go the long way, and look and see who's not coming to school.
Yeah. Go walk around the school for 20 minutes and come back, skip silent reading or something.
So 5th grade science, English. Do you guys have a lot of I think here we call it ESOL, English as a second language. I don't know what it is, Spanish speaking children.
I mean, not a term that I've
ESOL. What the heck is it called? Maybe it's not ESOL. English second language, ESL. English second language, where they're Spanish speaking and they come here, but instead of going to your class, they would also go to another class. Do you have a lot of that in Wisconsin?
Yeah, we do some of that stuff with where some of the kids are ELL learners and they'll kind of be pulled out sometimes or whatever. And but I mean, the kids that I have they all speak English pretty well. But
IEPs?
Yeah, if there's
504s, IEPs.
Yep.
See, I know my shit, Sam.
Dude, yeah, you're smart, man. Yeah, you do some pretty cool stuff for for people
Oh,
with
yeah.
disabilities and stuff that like.
It is fun. Yeah, I've been doing that a while. I enjoy it.
Yeah,
Hung out with
that's
the guy
awesome.
today. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was fun. But what do you got going on this year? You hunting anything cool? Any spring
Uh,
snows?
I would love. I mean, turkey hunting's coming up. I can't wait for that. I mean, with teaching, it's going to be a little bit tougher, but I'll still get out there as much as I can, and maybe even go. Well, not maybe. I'll definitely go before school some days. So I got to figure out. If I
Before
do get
school?
one, where am I? Oh yeah, I'll go before school. Maybe not too much because it's just that's a lot of waking up at way too early, and then you're just kind of dead throughout the day. But
Lunchtime, you're ready for a nap.
oh yeah, I mean I'm ready for a nap even without waking up early. So, but
How many kids are in your class?
I got 25 in my homeroom, and then yes, that's a lot of kids.
Just for you? Just for you?
Yeah. So
No
that's
helper.
nope. No, that's just my homeroom, and that I mean that's quite a few kids to rein in for. We have like our ELA is like a 90-minute period, and so that's for a fifth grade kid. It's a long time to be sitting in one classroom and.
You just missed Rachel on YouTube for like 20 minutes?
I mean, we do kill some time sometimes with different fun activities and stuff, but yeah.
Elon Musk has a cool thing where he says, forget the exact quote, but it's something along the lines of, "You've never had to ask a kid to play a video game. Make him learn that way."
That's a good point.
That's
I
it.
know.
You
the
can
kids-
learn in the weird way and retain
Right.
it. You can be standing up throwing a football around with your students while you're having a conversation.
Yeah.
Your principal might walk in and be like, "What the heck are you doing, Sam?"
just throwing a football around.
Yeah, we're just talking, having casual talk, but I know this kid can't sit still, so I just got to toss him a football.
Yeah. No, I mean, there's always that. We were playing silent ball one time after we got done with an activity, and this kid, we were playing with a football actually, and this kid just chucks it and knocks some stuff over, and I'm just like, guys, like,
It's over now.
even when we want to have fun, like, you guys can hardly have fun because you just ruin it sometimes. But I mean, they love that stuff. So
Let's hear the voice. Sit down.
dude, I'm working on that. I don't know if some teachers are on here at all right now, but a few have told me like, Sam, let's hear the teacher voice. And
You're probably too nice.
so nice.
I spent 3 weeks with you driving across the country, filming and living like intense. Not intense, but pretty much. You're too nice. I can't see you yelling at a fifth grader. You could have a kid come up, slap you in the face, and you'd be like, buddy, that wasn't nice.
That's yeah, I do. I got to work on my scary face and my teacher voice and get better with it because I am definitely probably too nice. I did have a kid tell me to shut up the one day, and I was just like, I was like, man, what? Come on, like.
That's so funny.
And just
why'd you do that? You hurt my feelings, man.
Yeah, no, I'll work on the teacher voice and keep them in line. I know it's a tough balance.
That is funny. How are your parents up there? Now, I know you can't, talk too wild on it, but down here we have I can speak on anything here. We have a very fine line on what schools you're going to have a high parent-teacher attendance for conferences and what schools you aren't. You could pretty much guess if you live in this area. Is your school, oh man, what's the word for them we call them down here? Title I.
Okay.
Isn't that what they're called? I think that's what they're called. Troubled neighborhoods.
Probably. I mean, it's my first year, so like
do you have parent-teacher conferences?
Yeah, we have parent-teacher conferences, and actually, like we at Oak Mound, we have a great community. Like the families are awesome. I mean, the ones that I've interacted with, like,
good.
We get a lot of support from the community, and we're a real small town. But like, yeah, they've been great. I mean, from what I've seen, and I was actually in the same school district for student teaching last spring, and then that my cooperating teacher, he went and got a principal job, and it just worked out perfect. I'm in the same classroom that I was student teaching in, which I think is pretty
Cool.
rare. I don't know. I mean, usually like a lot of people actually do get jobs at places they've student taught or whatever, but like to be in the same classroom is pretty cool. But that cooperating teacher was awesome. He definitely like I was set on not teaching
At all?
at all. Like no.
Oh, you were done. You weren't going to teach.
No.
What were you going to do?
Dude, film. I don't know. Like I
No.
was hoping for maybe like just a sweet, filming gig, and that like
beat pictures.
You do it. So I was like, dude, Phil rocks at it. Like I could maybe do it, and so that's why I was like,
yeah, you have a wife and a kid. I only have a kid now. No.
Yeah, now it's a little out of the question. But at the time, I was like, I was married, so that would have been tough. Like just traveling a lot, and I know you're on the road all the time, and it just is hard to do that. But I was also good. Anyways, that cooperating teacher, he just changed the game for me, and just showed like I really just I don't know, it just changed. Like I just saw how he interacted with the kids and how much the kids loved him, as well as like people in the community loved him, and he did some pretty awesome stuff. So shout out Abe Ferguson if he's watching on here. But yeah, just an awesome guy, and probably doing amazing things up in Cumberland. So he changed the game for me, and I just was like, yeah, I mean, if I can get a teaching job, like I want it to be here in Oak Mountain, and I want it to be in this grade level, and it worked out perfect.
To the same class.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I was super blessed. I mean,
so what's your mascot?
Our mascot, we got I haven't even been to like very many of the things, but we're like the Elks, so it's like sweet. So I mean,
oh, you're the Elks?
Yeah, dude, best school ever to like have your like logo be an elk. I mean, that's like the hunter's dream. So every day I walk into the middle school, and we have a huge elk mounted in our lunchroom. So it's like, dude, it's the place to be. As soon as I got there, I was like, this place is already the best. But as far as a mascot, like I feel like I don't really have
to be an elk.
If we have like
I was an Emerton Eagle. We have a song. I remember it. Did you guys not have an alma mater in elementary school?
There's definitely a song.
I've remembered. I could sing the whole thing right now, word for word, gun to my head. I'm not going to do it though.
I was wondering.
Anyone watching, if you're an Emerton Eagle, you probably know it. We are Emerton Eagles soaring up so high. Yeah, you know it. There's the first ones. Like the Reading Rainbow song. Do you watch those still up there?
The Reading Rainbow?
Butterfly in the sky. I can go twice as high. No, take a look. It's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. No, you don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe I'm too young. I don't know.
Oh, look, my mom hopped on. She said, "Sing it."
Sing it.
How about Capitol? I'm just a bill on Capitol Hill. Remember them?
Dude, yeah, we watched one of those videos. What
is that called? Schoolhouse Rock.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, we watched one. Conjunctions, maybe we watched it. It was like a couple months ago.
Conjunction Junction. What's your function?
Yeah, dude.
I remember, dude.
I remember watching.
I'm not smart when it comes to reading, but I can remember a lot. Yeah. What? Do you do history? Who does history class?
That's my teacher buddy on the side classroom on the other side of my classroom. He does social studies and then math. So my kids, I have my 25 kids in my homeroom, teach them ELA, then they go to math, and then his homeroom comes to my class, and I teach them the same ELA, and then we switch there, and then we do the same thing for science and social studies. So then we just flip flop again.
Switch. So it's like 2 teachers per team.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we have 4 teachers in the on the 5th grade staff or team, and so basically we have like 100 kids about, and so each got 25, and we just kind of flip.
What are there anything in the history classes that are being taught that you lived through? I know you're a couple of years younger than me. I'm 30. You're what, 26 ish? 24?
23.
23. Yeah, so you didn't even live through 9/11, did you? Were you alive? No.
Yeah, I was a baby. I was
in 3rd grade. I was a baby. I was in 3rd grade, but I remember it. I remember getting in trouble because I made a joke about it because we didn't know what was going on.
You dog. I'm sure you got plenty of
all these kids are getting picked up, and I made a joke. I remember the joke, and I remember what the teacher said to me. And the teacher was crying her eyes out. 3rd grade, I remember it. And then I come to find out what happened. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, what else? What are they learning in history? Obama, first black president. Is that something they teach in history? Because I was in 10th grade when he was inaugurated.
Okay. They watch CNN 10.
My mom says thank you. Kids are lucky to have you.
Oh, thanks, Erica.
I paid her to say that.
Yeah, thanks. No, the kids for history, I know they learn, they have like a Native Americans unit, and because that's what I was teaching last year when I was student teaching. I was actually ELA and then social studies, and so this year I'm ELA and science was the job that I had gotten, but they did Native American unit. That was basically like the unit that I had.
That sounds like a fun one. We did the Oregon Trail game in 8th grade. You remember that?
Yeah.
You didn't do
Oh,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. Lewis and Clark expedition, and you had to like make your wagon and travel across the country.
Oh, yeah.
If I could find that game and play it on my computer, I would.
Yeah. That's sweet.
I remember that game. 5th grade.
They do watch like CNN 10, which is kind of fun. Like I remember watching that last year when I was student teaching. Like this is like a 10-minute video. It's not like I know it's CNN, but it's not like
it's geared towards children, not as like
it's like right now
3 murders and 4 people shot in the head today.
No, it's pretty kid friendly, and it's like they probably are going off about March Madness right now and like just updates. But it is going to be weird, like this year with the election and stuff like going on like that. Like I'm just like wondering how crazy it's going to be at school.
How crazy it's going to be. I'm 2 hours from DC. You want to hear what's crazy? Out of our whole entire state, what police officers don't have guns with them? Baltimore City.
Seems like a good idea. I mean, that's what.
Interview the parents. They all want them to have guns. It's not a. Yeah, dude. I don't know. Here, it's like if a January 6th thing happens, everyone here knows about it. It's like it's like, oh, they're coming up the highway. Not literally, but
right
compared to where you're at, it's totally different.
Right.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, you're Wisconsin, so people aren't going to travel. Do they travel for inaugurations?
I don't.
Inaugurations? So. I don't think so.
I
know people from here that I went to school with. I got arrested. Idiots.
Yeah, I don't really. I think people I graduated with I see a few of them on social media, and it seems like people are doing pretty good. Did hear about one kid though. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he like.
Well, Rittenhouse. Oh.
Jail. No one from Spooner usually makes the big news or anything like that. So.
Oh, did you make your board for the school, the seltzer board?
Oh,
what are they called?
Bubbler.
Yeah,
because I was like, I drink so much of these bubblers. They're just like a little bit of caffeine, and I just love them, and so I have like 2 a day probably, which is probably not the healthiest, but
How much
whatever.
caffeine's in them?
70, so it's not bad.
Oh, you're fine,
Just like a
dude.
cup
I'll
of
drink
coffee.
a lot of Red Bulls.
Yeah, that's bad. So
You can
I'm
have
not.
600 milligrams a day before you have to worry.
Yeah, that is crazy. I know one time I had like a couple Bang energy drinks, and then I was like, whoa, yeah, that was.
Start to like this.
Mhm. But dude, I mean, come turkey hunting when I'm getting up at 4 a.m. or whatever, and then like you need a good
Yeah,
pick me
speaking
up.
of turkey hunting, is this Emily's first turkey?
Dude, that's Emily's first turkey. That was awesome. So that was actually a morning before school, last spring.
Oh, you filmed it and sent me the video of this one, right?
Did I send you the video for that?
Not in this conversation, but like last year.
Yeah. Yeah, see if you could pull that one up. That was pretty cool. That Tom's
Text
like
it to me.
gobbling.
Text it to me real quick if you can. I won't know where it is. Let me see if I
Yeah,
search.
that was a really cool hunt. My wife doesn't really love to like do a ton of like hiking when we're hunting, and I'm kind of like I just go buck wild, man. Like if I hear a tom gobbling like a mile away, I'm gonna get there and walk however I need to, and just to try to get it to gobble again. And so the non-hunting people on here are probably like, yeah, you're kind of crazy, but I love turkey hunting, and I wanted to get my wife one, but like I said, she does not really love to. She would like to be in a ground blind, and just kind of sit and wait, and which is
It is
fun too.
not.
I love that. It makes it easier to film. So,
Yeah. It is
but
not in our text messages. I just went through all the way to 2021.
I just found it here, so
22.
I'll
Text it to
I'll
me and I'll
send it.
drag it in real quick.
Sweet. Um, but yeah, that was a few miles from Elk Mound actually, and which, uh, it was pretty sweet. Tom just randomly gobbled. We went to a spot earlier that morning, and like the mosquitoes were horrible, and like my
Is
wife
this
didn't
her
even
first hunt ever? Is this her first time ever hunting?
not ever hunting. No, she had shot deer, like a 6 point buck with me, that fall before last spring. So not her first time hunting, but first turkey. But yeah, we went to a spot before this, and the mosquitoes were so bad. Like we were like, yeah, screw this. I'm not staying here. This is horrible. So we left, and then went to this spot and just heard a tom gobble, and walked back in the woods, snuck back, and glad I brought my camera because I almost just left it in. Sometimes when you're just running and gunning, like just trying to keep it light, and sometimes like I love getting things on film. I love like all things photography and whatever, like love it. But sometimes it does sometimes take away from the hunt, and just like
Mhm.
the feeling of just like just you and whoever you're hunting with. And so it's a trade-off, because it's always fun to have the video, because then you can always look back on it and remember that and share it with your friend, or look back on it and be like, man, that was so fun. But I did bring the camera with, and the tom was gobbling right in front of us, and then I couldn't see it. It was still roosted actually up in the tree, because turkeys roost in the trees, and um, it flew out onto the field, and which kind of stunk, because if we would have known where it was going to fly out at, we would have just stayed right there, and it probably would have flown like 2 yards from us, and we would have shot it. And so it flew out in the field, and all of a sudden it gobbles that way, and I'm like, is there another tom like that I'm calling in from another area? And I was like, yeah, I'm a decent turkey caller, but like I'm not that good. And he comes fanning out back to us, and I'm just hitting a few purrs and on the slate call. And my wife had, I don't even know, yeah, she'd shot a shotgun before this, but like, oh my, it's my gun, 12 gauge, like she's not, she's pretty small. And so I was like, just, the adrenaline's going to take care of it. Don't worry about a kill.
Yeah.
It doesn't kill at all. Like, but I was like, I didn't have a rest. So I'm like, oh, gosh, the worst thing ever would be if she missed. And then like, I would just feel bad. because I know that she would feel bad and just like,
Mhm.
so I was just like praying, like, Lord, please
Please
help her
don't.
to
Yes.
make a good shot. And Tom was pretty far out, 35 yards or something like that, which isn't crazy. But I got the Tom to gobble, and right as he gobbled and stuck his head out, she shot and smoked it. So it was like, that was pretty sweet. Did you get the
I'm trying to
video?
switch it. I did, but it says it's got to be an MP4 and it's an MOV, so I'm trying to convert it over.
Okay.
But was
Otherwise, I
she?
could just.
Yeah, you can just turn your phone and do it. Turn your phone.
That's
and
what
play.
I was thinking. So turn it up too, but I guess it's kind of quick, so I gotta be. Yes.
Oh,
And then you can hear me at the end, like, yes, you smoked him. But I cut that video short to show
that's
people.
awesome.
But
Yeah,
it was really cool.
you're
Really
just Sam.
special.
Sam, I know Sam. Sam does not curse. Oh, that's sick. That's probably heavy. Sam was probably like, "Freak yeah, yeah, you just smoked his butt. Way to go, heck yeah."
That's
I
probably
spent
exactly
3
how I
weeks with Sam.
sounded.
Oh yeah, I spent 3 weeks with him. I tried to get him to curse. He doesn't curse. He doesn't. Turkey ninja.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. So it
No,
was heavy, I'm sure. Like I only had killed one turkey. Fans over there. My whole life, and it was fun.
really.
Yeah.
Dude, you're gonna have to, come out to Wisconsin, and I'll take you turkey hunting. Like that's one of my favorite things. Is, well, one, out of all the hunting that I do, waterfowl, deer, like
Turkey's your favorite.
turkey hunting is probably my favorite. I honestly, I would rather shoot a big tom and trick birds than go.
And look at that picture.
know,
That's a good
ducks.
picture, Sam.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, that's the
That
same. So
one.
so the picture that you pulled up with the turkey, and then the one with our pregnancy announcement, that was actually the same. That's the same spot. If you can't tell,
Where's this tree? These trees are
I think right there, I was standing a little bit further
behind it.
back, and the angle of the camera was down a little bit closer to the ground. So obviously not as good of an example. But I will
Here's
show.
Sam with the camera. Here's Sam with the camera. I took this picture.
There we go. Yeah,
We were in Idaho on a hunt. We got
dude,
this up.
I was super thankful for that photo that you took of me, because
That's a
photographers, like,
bad picture.
you're always the one that is taking cool photos, sick photos of other people, and then you never really get the cool ones of yourself, and it's like, and
Yeah.
like, give your camera off to somebody, and you're like, you get the
Try to
settings pretty
take a
close,
picture.
but then they just, somehow it's just like not where you would have, like,
Yeah,
taken
it's
the
not.
angle from, or it's a little bit like pointed down, and you're like,
So
what?
the other day when I was down at Red Crest, I took my drone and I had it up, and I was like, "Damn, I'm in this shot. I look dumb as heck." Sorry, Sam. And
Oh, good.
I was like, "Oh, this looks so dumb." And I was like, "Wait, let me actually pretend like I'm doing something." So I got into the back of the boat and held my camera,
There you
and just
go.
and it's just from my drone. So the drone's under a train bridge.
Dude, that's a
So I
sweet
took a
shot.
picture of me, put the drone remote down, picked up the camera,
Yeah.
let it hover, took a screenshot of the video.
Well, yeah, I was wondering that if you had screenshot it, or if you actually, like, had it on a
I'm
camera
not
mode.
playing. No, that was just a screenshot from the drone video.
Well, that comes out pretty darn good from the. I mean, that looks
It's
pretty
an
sharp.
expensive drone. Yeah. I got good stuff. I got good shiitake mushrooms, Sam. What's the sayings? What are the sayings? What starts with F and ends with UCK? Fire truck.
Yeah, good one.
Come on, what else?
Yeah, I just always say freak, or like, and
Freak.
even like my mom and dad are on here, like they probably don't like the freak either. My wife,
I got in trouble for that when we were growing up. If my mom's still on here, we used to say freaking or friggin' or freaking or frick. Frick you. mother fricker, and we would get in trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
mean
then we
at
would
that
say,
point,
shut the front door.
yep. Oh yeah, you get the fifth graders saying that kind of stuff. They try to like see how good your ears are, and you're like, what'd you say over there? And they try to test you a little
Oh, Sam, I seen this dude on Instagram. He makes up fake lingo and tells the kids like, "Oh man, dude, your shirt was feathered today." They'll be like, "What? It was feathered. What is feathered? You don't know what feathered means?" And
I
then
gotta try.
he'll make up some term for it,
Yeah,
and they'll be like, "Yeah, feathered means you had some fuzzies on it because you probably didn't wash it last night." I don't fucking like whatever, but it's hilarious. His videos.
or you get kids thinking like that it's like that's another term for like cool or something, and they're walking around school and they're like, dude, you're looking feathered today. Like
Yeah.
just a bunch of goof nuts.
Yeah.
Goofballs.
Oh, it's feathered. You know how some mallards have the curls in the back? You just make up random stuff. And then next year it'll be a #1 like hit song. And you'll be like, I made that word up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you got school tomorrow? You thinking? Is it snowing there yet? What's going on?
No snow yet. So we haven't used any snow days this year, which I feel like, as a first year teacher, like in Wisconsin, you kind of like, you got to experience the first snow day, like the waking up and the call from the district saying, hey, no school, and either get back into bed or go enjoy the snow day. But no, I haven't experienced that yet. So I'm hoping, I think there's like a little hope for tomorrow, but I think Monday is the day I think we're supposed to get dumped on pretty good.
How much snow cancels school for you?
That's a great question. I don't even think it's like an amount of snow. I think it's just what the plows are able to get to, and
They'll
like,
cancel us if it's cold.
if it's just cold.
If it's cold. Yeah, yeah. If they're calling for snow, they'll cancel.
Really?
Yeah, we got canceled for raining real hard, for real windy, any type of bad weather. Anything.
Bunch of softies over there in Maryland.
Shit. Yup.
No,
Yep.
dude, they're
Except for them squeegee boys. They tough.
yeah, you gotta some days are like it'll get canceled and then it's like not as bad as it thought, or
Bree just said it. It could be windy and
yeah.
they'll cancel it here.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not here, but I'm sure there's a lot more traffic over there
Here?
where you're.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, like a lot. Where are you living exactly in Maryland? Bel Air, right?
My whole address you want? Okay.
Well, yeah.
Bel Air, Maryland.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Aberdeen Proving Grounds. Have you ever heard of that? It's a big army base. Chesapeake Bay. You know what it looks like on Maryland?
Yep.
All right, you go to the top of it. It's like a big circle area. Then go 10 miles west.
Okay.
Pretty much there.
Nice.
Pretty
Okay,
much,
yeah.
pretty
So,
much.
I mean, that's big city. I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm 35 minutes north of Baltimore. Ready for this? They're just put out. Anyone listening from the hometown, feel free to reach out to your local delegate, letting them know you like this, if you like it, or if you don't. But they're putting in bus lines from the city up to here.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no bus lines here. I mean, just there's a train that I don't even know what it hauls, but there's train tracks. So.
You ever ride on a train? Yeah, Bree says bad idea. It's horrible. It's nuts. Yeah. We're already getting a lot of what do they call them? Smash and grabs, dash and smash. Where you just pull in a parking lot and smash car windows and take a bunch of stuff out of them.
Jeez, Louise.
Mm-hmm.
How was that with like your camera gear and like your
look
like
at my
your
truck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just advertising it to get smoked by something. I'm sure you have a picture you could pull up of your truck, but that's sweet. But
No. No, I don't.
gonna
But
advertise it to get
dog's
smashed.
usually in it. Yeah, I know. Dog's usually in it, and everything else is not in it. Just because how it looks.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I'm
you
down to
can't.
come up to Wisconsin. Let me write down your dates for turkey. When's your turkey season start?
Yeah, dude, you gotta come to Wisconsin for turkey hunting. I'll put you on one. It
No, I want to
is.
film it. I'll film it. Emily, if
You're
you're
gonna
sitting
film
there, I'll film your turkey this year. Sam, maybe. Maybe I
that-
can film you talking about putting your wife on a turkey and it being so special. Are you going to shoot one with your child in your belly or not this year? What did she say?
She says yes. She was shaking her head yes. Dude, actually today at school, like the
I heard
turkey
you get
tags
2
were-
tags. She gets 2 tags.
Yeah. That's good. We today the tags went on sale for 4th season, so I try to get as many tags as I can because I love to be able to go all the time. Um,
What do we
yeah,
have dates wise?
she was at home and I was at school, and so I couldn't really get on to try to buy it. Like you have to be in line, and it'll give you
Oh,
like
it's
random line, and then usually just for the 4th season. 5th season you can like wait a few days even, and then 6th season you got probably like a month to where you could still buy extra tags. But everyone seems to be on for that 4th season tag, and so you got to get it in 5 minutes or something. And so I had Emily. She she logged in and got on and got herself one, and then she actually had logged me in too on another device at home and got me a 4th season tag too. So I was like,
You go, girl.
yeah, she's a champ. Like, I mean, that's pretty good. So I didn't have to
Nathaniel
worry.
got one. He commented.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, he was. We have a hunting group chat, and so they were. I saw that they went in. They went into like the DNR place and just got in line there. You can do it in person or online. So in person, it gives you a better chance because then um, you're kind of like there, and so I feel like they have so many tags like there. They're not going to probably like turn you away and be like, no, you weren't in line enough. Like they
Oh, in
probably have a set
Maryland
amount
they
of
would.
tags. What?
100%. In Maryland they would. Dude, it's horrible here.
Dude, Maryland's harsh. Like, dude, I don't even know how you hunt in Maryland. Like, you probably have to drive
Well,
like 2 hours to hunt.
no, I could deer hunt. There's places I could deer archery hunt 10 minutes from here, 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. And I can hear cars the whole entire time. I can scream and someone could hear me the whole entire time. I can hear people playing pretty much the whole entire time. Yeah. Public land.
Jeez.
And then waterfowl hunting, it's blind sites. So this is your majority of the areas. You pick a blind site and that's your spot, and you get, I think, 25 yards each way. You can't go
Really?
scout birds and be like, oh yeah, there's birds up this creek over there on the marsh.
So do you just pick like a random, like one of those? Like, do you get to choose where that blind spot is, or does it like
You
automatically
get
like
it's a
give you?
lottery. So you can go public land, and there's state owned blind sites where like there's a state park and there's 20 blind sites, number 1 through 20. You call in, hi, DNR number 620, my DNR number, and then I'd like to make a reservation for. You're allowed 2 reservations up to 4 days out, I believe it is, and that's it.
Okay.
So you call, I want to make a reservation for blind 13 in Gunpowder. All right, cool. And I'd like to make a reservation for blind 12 on this date in this spot. That one's taken. All right, this spot taken. This one taken. So you can't really hunt the wind. You can't really hunt where the scout is. You can't really. And then this last year, they were getting smart to people calling in. So say there's 3 good blinds, but the wind is different for each of them. Well, you get 3 people to call in and you hold each blind because the system is so horrible. That's what was happening.
Right.
And then only the blind with the good wind would get hunted, and none of the other 2 would. which from a hunter standpoint, understandable. Don't go out there and waste your time. But from the management standpoint, it's so bad. There's some land down south in southern Maryland where you can go wherever you want. It's like a marsh. You need mud boats and just do your thing.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
so
go
different.
sick a deer. You could sick a deer hunt down there. Sika.
Yep.
Move to Wisconsin. Dude, everyone tells me to move out of this state.
Dude, Wisconsin's pretty nice.
Where are
Wisconsin's
you
great.
about in Wisconsin? Bottom right?
No, definitely not. I'm like northwest. So
Above Green Bay?
Yeah, way above Green Bay. We're
Eagle
way
River?
northwest.
It's because I didn't go to your house. That's right. Northwest.
Yeah, yep. No, we're in like Eau Claire, so my wife's from like smack dab in the middle of Wisconsin in Marshfield, but then we're like an hour and a half northwest of there. So we're not, like an hour from the Minnesota border.
Madison. You're above Madison.
Yeah,
Wausau,
way above.
Wausau. Let me zoom into this one.
Wausau?
Yeah. Wausau. Wausau. Above or below?
Yeah. Way above. You're looking like
You're way above that?
Yeah. Like that's like a 4-hour drive.
Oh wow. Are you by St. Croix National Scenic?
We're south of there.
Minneapolis. River Falls.
River Falls is to the west of us.
Black River Falls.
Just like there you go. 40 minutes north of there.
All right. Fairchild.
No.
Levi's. What's the name of your place?
Eau Claire.
OSS.
No. EAU.
I like finding it this way. I'm not typing it.
I like hearing you trying to read off some of the towns. It's hilarious.
This one is OSSEO.
Osseo.
I told
so
you
we're like
I can't read to start. I'm already reading below my grade level, and now you're just putting letters together.
No, we're right next to Osseo. That's like 20 minutes.
Above or below? East or west? Where we at?
We're north, and maybe like just a touch west, but not.
I see Strum, Elva.
Oh, you're getting really close.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna find. All right, look out your window. I sent a drone.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Is this your truck? You ever seen that guy on social media where he finds where people are at?
No, but
I'll send it to you. It's insane. Like, he'll take a picture and he'll be able to determine everything about, like, he would look at you and be like, all right, he's got a hat on. It's a mallard. So it's probably East Coast waterfowl, probably the East Coast somewhere. He's got a whitetail in the back. It's not a mule deer. So, and then figure it all. It's insane. And he talks you through his thought process.
Or you could just like look at my shirt and
Yeah, he might look. Yeah, he might
That's
look at this and be
crazy,
like, "Oh, this is the guy who doesn't curse at all, who beats everyone in wrestling and says, I just whipped your booty."
my cousin Chase, he wrestled at UW Eau Claire with me, same years, and he was a stud, and he would put his hand down to like lift people back up after he'd like pin them and stuff, and it was like the best thing ever. He'd just like just moss this guy and put him to his back, beat him up, and then and then he'd stand up and he'd always be like reaching down to help him up, and like it's just like, if you think I'm nice, like, yeah, my cousin Chase is like, he's even more nice than I am. So but it was kind of a funny thing that he would do, is always reach down and try to lift the guy back up.
That's sportsmanship.
Yeah, good
That's good
sportsmanship.
sportsmanship. All right, we're getting ready to wrap it up here. It's 9:30 here on the East Coast. You're 8:30 in your time, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Then we're 7:30 where Idaho's at. Man, time zones are nuts. Got a guy from South Africa might come on, but I got to figure out
Really?
that time. Yeah, that time zone's all different.
Who all have you had? You had Jason from Idaho.
Yeah, you're the fourth one. So I had Buck Lee, buddy from Virginia. Next was not Jason. Jason was third. Matt Pataglia, local guy who does filming and marketing, and then Jason, and then you. Oh, look, you got a Sam fan. That's my mom.
Thanks, Erica. Appreciate it.
Hey, it's Miss Erica Sam.
I was just gonna say, hey, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. No, Sam. Sam. Yeah, you do got to come down and meet the family and everything. Hang out down here. Do some daylight stuff.
That sounds like a blast, and I want to come out and hunt waterfowl out that way. I've never been out that way to hunt waterfowl, even though it sounds like it sucks.
Body booting. You would like to body boot. You ever heard of that?
Body boot?
Nope,
no.
Not many people have. So what you do is the top of the Chesapeake Bay. Actually, here, we'll do this. All right.
Good old Mike. I love how that guy talks. Like, gotta release it in a lion. Body boot.
I got so much stuff on my desk, I can't see my keyboard. Here we go.
Shout out to this guy, whoever this is.
Yeah, USOC.
This week on My USOC Adventures TV, we head down to the upper Chesapeake.
I'll pause it right there and tell you, I did a film school with this guy. He's very cool, and I know who he is.
Bay with Jared and Jason McKean as they try their luck at some waterfowl hunting.
So you're just standing in the water. So you stand in the water like
that's
that?
Kind of like the Mississippi.
It's like, what do you call it?
That's kind of like hunting the Mississippi. I mean, you can walk out pretty far in some areas. I mean, it's a little scary, but you can walk out and dude, yeah, like that would be sweet.
Yeah, so you stand in the decoys. And then when they come in, let's see, like they land right at you because you're standing right behind them. It's fun, but it's a full event. Like, yeah, I don't like to go often because it is a lot to go. It's a lot. It's a full day. You're waking up early. You're getting home late. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
Look, Mom even says, Sam, you're welcome anytime. She's got a spare room. She does. It's got a crib in it and a bed.
That sounds awesome. I would love to get out. I mean, that was one of the fun things about.
It's got a crib in it, so the baby can come too.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, that was a fun thing, like filming and picking up some different opportunities. I know we're short on time, but like just hunting.
I mean, we're not. Areas. I have nothing to do.
Oh well,
yeah.
Conversation keep going, but
okay, cool.
You know, hunting in different areas and like I don't know. That's like my favorite thing. To just try different areas is so fun and like meet new people.
Waterfowl hunt. When you and I didn't hunt. I just filmed a little, but you walked that like river. Oh, dude, that was epic.
Yeah, no, that was a blast. I didn't even know what I was doing. I barely even knew if it was land I could hunt. I mean, like thanks to the, Brooke out there, like she told me where to go, but I was like, just felt awkward because you didn't see anyone else out there, and you're like, and then there's just like ducks.
And then it's so good. It was so good. We thought we weren't where we were supposed to be.
Well, that's exactly it. Like
there was that many birds.
Yeah, and like I'm just walking and jumping these birds on like a stream and stuff like that, and I'm like, I see a truck like way Yeah, it was just too
Yeah.
good to be true, but I'm used to Wisconsin duck hunting, which is pretty tough. Yeah, no, I
So
love that trip, and um, trying to think of
last
other like hunted
well,
north
last week I
Dakota.
brought up that to Jason, and he's out in Idaho, and he was like, "Not a chance, dude. She sent you to a honey hole. It is very hard to walk and jump shoot birds." I'm like,
Really?
"Oh, because that doing that makes me think, let's plan a trip there."
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. I was
It was like, are we at a park? Are we not allowed to be here?
yeah,
It was like that. But no, we were totally legit and legal. It was just a hidden
right,
gem.
dude. It was. I would love to go back there and see Brooke and hang out.
Yeah, Brooke said
Do
we can stay with there and also Jason too.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Just do like a cast and blast is what they call it, and that just sounds awesome. Catch big trout, and then ducks are flying by, and take a shot at them, and like you just always got something to
I'll
do or
shoot
focus on.
fish. I'll shoot fish and cast hooks at birds. Just kidding, I won't do that. You
Yeah.
ever done bow shooting? What's it fun? Bow fishing?
No, I haven't. That sounds really fun though. We have. I mean, people do that a lot with carp around here, and that
You
definitely
got
seems like a
snakes.
fun time. I just never, I don't know, never gotten into it, but also don't like my cousins and buddies don't really do it. I guess I could. I know other people that have done it, so I could probably reach out to them and go try it. But
All right, hold on here, Sam. We got to figure it out for real this time. Maps. Eau Claire? What did you say?
yeah,
OCLAR? OCLAR?
E
There it is.
EAU. No, there. Hey, fixed it for you.
Wait, what's the? How do you say it?
Eau
Oak.
Claire.
O.
Claire.
That's how you spell O.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it just makes
Hmm.
it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. How's your cheese? You guys got good cheese up there?
Oh, dude.
The
Yeah.
best.
Good
Our
good cheese
curds.
curds.
Shit, Sam, you're 16 hours. That's a
Yeah, I
day and a
know.
half. I'll hit that in a day.
Yeah. You're used to driving though. Like when we went out to Idaho, you drove all the way up to Canada and then back down to pick me up, and then we went out to Idaho, and then you went like back to where'd you go? Like Texas or something?
Yeah, then down to Texas. I just was
Yeah.
down here. I just drove back here. One shot. I'm driving to here in 2 weeks. Here.
You just listen to different podcasts,
One.
or what do you do?
When I drive,
Yeah. How do you stay focused and not go into the ditch?
oh, cocaine, brother. No, I'm kidding. I just put the car on autopilot and it drives itself. I bought a Tesla now.
Yeah.
No. Podcast. And a little tip, I don't drive a full tank. I'll drive a quarter tank or a half tank and refill, stop, refill, stop, refill. More stops, shorter distance, you don't get tired.
Huh.
That's something I've learned that my body does. So, like, if I'll do 6 stops on a 10-hour drive, that's ridiculous. That's a lot of stops. But it's not because you're just going to stop. Oh, let me grab another bag of chips and top off my gas. Let me grab a smoothie or a slushy and whatever. It just breaks it up more. Oh, this podcast is over. All right, I'm going to get out and then I'll make a phone call, stretch my legs.
Right. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
a good idea. I've never even thought about that.
I can bust out 13, 14 in a day. If
Wow.
DOT's
Dude,
listening, it's what, 10?
yeah, well, that brings me. I remember when we were driving. So like we had just met when we went to go film the elk hunt in Idaho. We
Yeah.
didn't know each other at all, and so I just remember. I remember when we first got each other's numbers, so we could kind of like talk about what gear we were bringing and like for like camera gear. And you just sent me all these pictures of like all your stuff, and I'm like, dude, who's this cocky like guy, like, you know, and like, I had no idea who you were. And so, and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Like, and at the time, like, you know, this was kind of like my first, you know, professional, like,
Yeah.
kind of filming thing. So I was like, I mean, I got, you know, like this shotgun mic that I got on Facebook Marketplace for, you know, like, you know, I was like,
It'll work,
but
right?
anyways, yeah. So then we start driving and we rode together, in your truck. And so, like, I don't know, we got a ways and I'm just sleeping in the car. Like, I felt bad, but like, I'm sleeping and because we left pretty early and I'm like,
I just drove back from Saskatchewan at this point. Keep that in mind. I drove
right.
from Maryland to Saskatchewan, filmed for a week there, drive from Saskatchewan to Wisconsin. He gets in my truck 4 in the morning and falls asleep.
Yeah. Yeah. I was a horrible partner there, but yeah, we had stopped at a few gas stations and like I just met you. Like I don't want to drive your truck and like something goes wrong. Like that would be my luck, you know. Dad always get mad at me when I was a kid because I'd get on the lawnmower and of course something would break and then it's, you know, it's my fault. So like the last thing I'm gonna do is you know, drive your truck when I barely know who you are. And but then I felt like, oh
No, I don't
gosh,
care, dude. That's
I should
insured.
probably drive. But then I'm like, oh, I'm sleeping pretty good too. And
You're like, he'll ask me if he's tired.
yeah,
I did like what,
so
17? I almost did the whole trip. Then I had
you
to fall
almost
asleep.
drove the entire way, and then I was like, yeah, I mean, I can drive,
And you're like,
and
oh,
even
you
then
can?
though, I was like scared. I was like kind of scared to drive your truck, and which it wasn't
It's
bad,
dark.
and
It's like pitch
uh,
black at nighttime, right? Wasn't it night?
yeah, yeah, we
It
almost
was
hit
like
some elk, I think.
thunderstorming.
Yeah, and
It
I want to say there
thunderstormed.
was elk or
Yeah, and I
cows that
was delirious. I was too
yeah, yeah,
tired at
that
that
was
point.
fun.
I was like, you driving, not even caring what's going on. I got 5% all around my window, and windshield has stuff on it too.
I'd
And
hit a
it's,
bump, and you'd be like,
oh, we're
oh,
alive. My seatbelt's on.
fall
All
back
right. Yeah, it's insured material. Replace it.
asleep.
Uh,
I think yeah, we were like, I don't even remember what I was playing,
how
but
about the
yeah,
way
you guys
back,
just
dude? The way back was terrifying. Do you remember that?
with the snow.
Terrifying.
That was
Route,
yeah,
route. What's that? With the Wyoming highway that they closed? 70.
dude. I don't know, but that was scary. Like
It was scary. Yeah.
a couple of times I was pretty scared. Like couldn't
Yeah.
see in front of us, like
Yeah.
semis or oh yeah, that was freaky.
That's the highway like you see on in social media when they're just crashing into each other, like an 80
Yeah,
car pileup.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah.
Now
That
a little bit
was
older. No, I'm putting my foot down. We're not leaving.
yeah, that was that was wild. But yeah, I remember letting you drive, and I was just like
Oh
didn't
yeah.
know if I didn't know if you like really wanted me to, or if like you were like on the fence. You're probably like wanted to ask me like
I
or
kind of
make
wanted
me
to
drive.
do the whole thing. You know, every guy went, "Oh yeah, I drove the whole thing."
Right. Well, after you hit like so many
Hey,
miles, well,
you got
yeah,
to.
no, I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, finish the
Yeah.
putt
I only
on
got 3
the
left.
Yep.
Phil, where's Phil? He fell asleep in the bathroom.
Yeah. um, I did want to ask, like, what has been your most favorite? I guess not even necessarily your most favorite hunt, but your most favorite hunt and filming
Mm,
opportunity that you've had. Because
mm.
obviously, like hands down, mine was going to Idaho on this elk hunt with you. I had never, you know, I went elk hunting, but like we never really saw anything, and let alone, you know, get one down and be able to like take sick pictures of it and like just stand behind the thing that was just massive, and like just that whole experience was pretty amazing for me. And so like what has been your favorite hunt um or filming opportunity that you've had?
There's a lot of memorable events that come up, but there's one that really just takes like I just put at the top of it. I was in Alaska. It was day 3, day 2, day 3. I have no gear. All my luggage except for my camera bag made it. Nothing else made it. So I'm in Alaska. It's cold. All I have is a puffy Under Armour jacket and pants, and I'm in the front of the boat, a little like John boat, not John boat. It's like a 20-foot flat bottom boat, filming B-roll, and I'm watching my camera, and it just hits me that I'm in Alaska, and it like just tears start coming out of my eyes. Like I'm in Alaska. There's nobody around me. There's no people. There's no planes. There's nothing. No one's been here ever. That was the probably coolest feeling that I felt in a long time. A long time.
Yeah.
Where it was like, wow. Not, I say I made it as in setting a goal and getting somewhere. Alaska was one of my goals that I set, to being able to first to visit, and then figuring out that I probably don't have the means to go visit them and do fun things at these places. So next, figuring out how I'm going to get there to provide a service and also enjoy it.
Right.
So Alaska, but then going up to Saskatchewan and Duck Creek, that's a fun time. Like,
oh, that looks like a blast.
That is a blast. You're with people. It's a fun time meeting everybody. But that Alaska. So my brother and I, right here, this picture, we summited Mount Whitney. And this is a picture from the hike down. The mountain is, I can't figure out how to put my hands there, but it's like, it's not, I'm looking, the photo, wow, I'm backwards on it. The photo is looking in the way we're walking in the mountains behind us from the picture. But we did a sunrise summit there, and that's the highest point in the 48 states. We hiked that whole from 13,000 to 14,508 in the dark. Terrifying on the way down. In the morning, not scary at all. Way down, it's like 1,000-foot cliffs. We had no idea.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but being up there, that picture, because I sat and watched it for a little bit, was another surreal moment.
Yeah,
that was a cool one. That one.
The
I'm
print
looking at
looks
other
sweet.
pictures I have. My room.
Yeah, that picture, the print though, it
So-
looks good from.
It's badass, dude. I carried a Nikon D500 on this hike.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can't even remember what I think I had 50. I had like a Nikon 5200 or something.
The 500 was my first nicer camera. I bought a 3200 to start with, and then jumped right to a D500.
Yeah, that's what I might have had, is the 3200 maybe.
Yeah,
and
that's my first camera. Bought it. Went to California. Lived in Lake Tahoe for a little bit with some buddies. Took some pictures. Had some fun. Went to Hawaii. Pictures some fun. And then came back. That was like 2016 or 15, 16 winter.
Okay.
Because in spring, April 14th, 2016 is when my stepdad passed. And what's that? 8 years. It'll be 8 years already. Holy cow.
Dang.
22. Holy smokes. You've been going to the doctor's appointments? Are you allowed to, or is COVID a thing up there?
You're saying for
For
a
the baby.
Yeah, it's sometimes tough. Like, I'm trying to save up a bunch of days for next year to take off some for paternity leave, which I'm gonna strategically, hopefully, use around hunting time. And the baby's not gonna be running around, like.
No. But make sure you get a license. Get the tag. Baby gets a license. Yeah.
Yep. But
can you get a lifetime license? Is that a thing up there?
I think in Minnesota you can, but Wisconsin isn't.
No.
I don't think you. I mean, you can get a patrons, which is like a yearly thing. That's what I do. Just makes it easier, so you know that you kind of somewhat have everything. But yeah, no, it was really cool that first appointment where you're gonna see the baby or the ultrasound, and you're just like, dude, that heart rate's going like really fast, and you're like, is that okay? Like it was really exciting, and we're just freaking jacked to be
Do you have a
parents.
due date? Are you sharing a due date?
Yeah, that's end of September, September 29th. So if it's born 2 days early, it'll be on my birthday, which will be kind of cool, I think. So we'll see. But
Oh, we got another guy from Alaska just tuned in. Darius, evening, Darius.
hello.
How are you, Darius? I believe it's either him or his brother. Work on the oil rigs out there. Cold as farts. Like, not even like.
That sounds like a you're a beast if you do that.
Me, I did. He said he did. What's the weather? What do you got there right now?
Looks nice in the profile picture, so
Oh, he's probably vacation somewhere.
yeah.
No, so one of the wildest things from the village in Alaska, there's only like 2 stores you can buy stuff in. It reminds me of been to the Dominican Republic?
No.
No. It reminds me of a town that is stuck in the past.
Huh.
Except for minimal things like electricity, Wi-Fi, TV, cars, stuff like that. But in one of the stores, there's not much items. They had Chick-fil-A sauce.
All the items, all the
Yeah.
necessities, they got Chick-fil-A sauce.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I thought it was so funny. And but no Chick-fil-A, like no food. There's an
Right.
airport, and that's it. And when I say airport, I mean there's a gravel runway and a shed. That's it.
Huh.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm excited to go back. I really want to go back. I have some pretty big plans in my head that I need to put on paper about doing a story about I'm not going to say the village name, about the people that live in this village and their lives and a little bit of history on it. Wet snow right now. Oh, what's your temperature? Are you guys warming up? No more freezing. It freezes there and you can just ride snowmobiles everywhere.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, but they sent me a picture of their faces. They get frostbite and their eyes can't open. Not even joking. Not even joking. It happened to one of the girls from there, Haley. Hate with an H. Yeah.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's intense. That's
Not.
crazy.
Oh, so the guy I filmed doing the 50 states fishing trip, Isaac,
Yeah.
he in I'm not going to say where he is because I don't know if I'm allowed to say where he is. But I'll tell you, it is almost as far north as you can get in Canada. And he said
Really?
it's like, yeah, he sent me a screenshot of the weather. It's like -40.
Jeez.
He's going for a muskox.
That's awesome.
You ever heard of them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big,
That I watched
fuzzy.
that Alone show. I watched the Alone show, and the one guy killed a muskox and that got him to the 100 days, and that was sweet. But
So the Alone show. I'm going to shout out to Chris.
You're gonna join?
No, I'm hard no, not a chance. Frick no, Sam. But the Arctic Fox. It's a fishing charter and like kind of like a high-end cruise out in Alaska. The captain of that, Chris Hanna, is trying to go for Alone. And if anyone's going to win it, he's going to win that shit.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Old
crazy.
Frostbite.
I don't think I could last like a night. Like no.
You last a night, Sam. Or we walk back to the truck.
Yeah, I don't think I could. It would depend on where we're at and what like animals I know are there. Like that stuff. I mean, as a kid, like
Dude, it
looking
gets scary though at nighttime in the woods. I'm
yeah,
30
and
years old, and I'll tell it to any adult or grown man or child. I wouldn't tell a child this because he might get scared. You're walking into the woods at nighttime or in the morning to go to your deer stand.
yeah.
You're you're scared.
Oh, dude, I'm
Maybe not like ah, but you're on edge. You're
Oh yeah,
way more on edge in the woods in the dark than you are walking through a parking lot. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I don't watch horror movies, and and I just tell people like it's scary enough walking through the like woods at night without like having that kind of stuff in my brain. And like, dude, I would just be like, if I did, I'd just be like freaking out all the time. Like your mind starts wandering, and you can't
Your
even like,
headlamp would be full bright spotlight the whole walk.
yeah, oh yeah, that's oh man. This year I was walking to the spot where I shot this buck, and it's on a cornfield, and the stalks are like 10 feet high, and it's like a more than half-mile walk back, and I'm walking on the edge of the corn, and peace, buddy, and you can hear like the leaves rustling on the corn stalks, and you're just like, dude, the hair stands up on the back of your neck. Because and the one time my wife went with me on a hunt, and we didn't. That was the night that I shot this, but we were walking back, and she like jumped and like yelled at me because we kind of heard something. I don't know if it was a deer or like it probably wasn't even anything. It was probably just a gust of wind that moved the corn, but it was freaky. Like that's that'll like that'll show you how brave you are walking next to a cornfield at night going to your stand.
Yeah. Here, I'll pop up. I'll add this. Isaac's up here. Is my mouse showing the screen?
Yeah,
He's up here.
that's up there. Holy man.
Yeah. Alaska, we were here, I'll draw it in half. We were on the below the Brooks Range and above the Yukon Range? Alaskan Range. Whatever range this is. We were in there somewhere. That's
Oh.
far. So that's your house.
Yeah, there we're at.
EU Claire. AU Claire.
Yeah. No, it's a place to be, I guess.
Down
Man,
here.
how fun would it be to go to South Africa to hunt or
I'm trying to. So my next goal, South Africa would be cool. I would absolutely love it. I want to go to the Amazon, to the rainforest.
what are you gonna hunt there or film somebody hunting? Or are you
I'll
gonna
film
like
someone hunting another person. I don't give a crap. I just want to go. No. So I'd like to film peacock bass fishing. I'd like to film snakes, hippo. No. Gators. And I really don't care what I film. I'd like to go with some sort of story I can make, not just, hey, let's go on this trip and bring your camera.
Yeah, you were talking about that about story, like making a story. Like, is that going to be like a documentary kind of thing, or like, I mean, like movie-ish, documentary-ish, like that? That'd be a pretty big step and pretty cool.
Yeah, so it'd be real big. That for Brazil, I want it to be Brazil, the Amazon rainforest. When I get down there, I want it to be something. Lad, I have goals and I have a shot list, and the outcome is going to be we're going to produce. I make it up. We're going to produce this video to explain how keeping the rainforest safe is good for the planet. So, something. We're going to pitch this video to Congress so they can close off 2,000 acres. I have no idea, but there's got to be something.
Right.
Come up during the spring and film us, Darius. All right, I want to come up and film you guys living life, just living normal, doing the things that you guys do, whether it be anything, and document it. I have to figure out who I pitched the idea to. What channel? Is it outdoor? Is it Netflix? Is it Disney? Is it Discovery? Is it History? Who's going to pick it up? But before that, we have to do film a pilot of it. Ironic, isn't it? But
Yeah.
we got to film a little series. So it would be like a week of filming. My thoughts are, you go there and you film season 1. This is just thinking out loud. Season 1 is the Melton family,
Yeah.
and episode 1 is Sam. Episode 2 is John. Episode 3 is whatever, about each person. Season 2 is the Melton family in Disney, in Las Vegas, in Atlantic City, in New York City, in some place that you've never been and seen before.
Yeah. Just seeing different lifestyles.
Stacking up shotgun bullets. Dude, Alaska is so much fun.
That sounds awesome. That that's a
I'll
dream
come
on
and film it.
there.
Yeah. And
That's sweet.
so doing something like that, I think would be really neat, because I'll still be a part, not a part of it, but a part of it, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Like the guys who film Drugs Inc. aren't drug dealers, but they're still a part of it.
Yep. Yeah.
Like, how does that work? How does that work? Let me just film this guy, this major drug kingpin. We're just going to change his voice, and then we can share it. Why don't you just arrest the dude right there? That doesn't make no sense to me.
Oh, that's wild.
Darius, I'll look into flights and see about coming out. I would 100% be down. Tell Noel to hit me up. Haven't heard from him in a little bit. He actually just tried to post something on my wall, and I said no. It was a picture of Will Smith like dunking a basketball or something like that. But Darius, I'll come out and I'll bring some basketball boys from Baltimore, and we'll whoop up on you. They're big in basketball in Alaska, real big. I'm not big in basketball. Yeah, I'll drain threes on them. I'll dunk on you. No, I don't.
I'll wrestle. We forgot to write down those dates for turkey hunting.
Oh, we didn't, Sam. I got it right here, and it says Wisconsin dates at the bottom. Go.
You wrote them down?
No, but I
Oh,
didn't forget it. Oh yeah.
I didn't know if you looked it up on the internet or whatever, but so I have it's period 3, so that's like the 3rd week, and May 1st through the 7th, and then but I will have a tag for basically from May 1st through May 28th, because I'm gonna get some bonus tags, and I'll make sure we got either a tag or.
Do you have someone in your family, grandpa or someone that could do a hunt that would be really meaningful that we could film?
That would be really cool. Yeah, my grandpa, that I tried to get him on one last year. He had a stroke last year and can't talk anymore, and was really close to not making it. And so that was a pretty tough time, but he did. He made it through, and but now he can't talk, and so but he still loves to hunt, and now he's moving around a lot better. I know I saw like during gun season, like he walked into, or he got into his gator and drove up behind the house or whatever, and didn't get anything. But I took him out last spring turkey hunting, and that was just a really cool moment, because like a couple months before that, I mean, I really thought I wasn't going to see him again. And so like,
let's do a story on that. Let's plan that.
That would be pretty cool. And getting him on one, or even him with, would be like really special because, yeah, I just wanted to get him one last year so bad because like it would have just been like such like a cool comeback story kind of deal, like you just, and for someone that loves hunting like my grandpa does, and
Did
has
you hunt with him growing up?
he took me out and didn't give me my first turkey, but I think my second turkey, and I just remember I was pretty young and I wanted to go after this turkey because we could hear it gobbling all morning. I'm like, we need to move, and he's like, no. He's got like the old wise man kind of grandpa. He's like, we'll wait, and he will come. And I'm like, all right, like whatever. We're just gonna waste time and not get this thing. But
He's gonna run away from us, Pop.
Yeah, yeah. And no, we waited, and the Tom came, and I just smoked him, but it was awesome. I went to shoot and didn't take it off safety, and so then my grandpa's like dinking around with the gun and put it back out of the blind, and we got him. And then the next year, or maybe it might have been the same year, my brother, my brother and grandpa went out in the same exact spot, and my brother shot a Tom there too. And so that was, I mean, yeah, that would be really special
cool.
to get him on one or have him be with and me shoot one too. Would be, either way would be really awesome.
All right, let me look here. April, May.
Or what if we freaking doubled up on two Toms and he shot one and I shot one in the same hunt? That would be freaking sweet. I mean, we could make it happen. I mean, but my grandpa.
When's better hunting? First, second, 25th, 26th? Where are we at?
Earlier is usually better, especially with this year. I think it's gonna be tough, but like I see Tom's fanning out already, and it's like really early because it's, the weather's so nice. But I'm thinking the earlier out of that, May 1st through like the 14th.
Can you hunt?
What?
Can you hunt Sundays?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, we can't.
Really? I remember you saying something like that.
Yeah.
That's weird. No, I can't
That's
hunt.
That's the day that Noah grabbed all the animals to get on the ark, and if you would have hunted them, they wouldn't have made it. No, I have no idea why we can't hunt on Sundays.
That's hilarious. No.
Make it a Monday. Make it a work day. You can hunt. That would be more reasonable.
Right. Like Sunday, that would just.
So our waterfowl hunting, you can't hunt Sundays. You get Saturdays.
So then, yeah, make everyone go out on their one day off.
Dangerous.
So that way it's jam-packed everywhere and no one can find a spot and everyone's shooting each other. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Welcome to Maryland. Yeah, it's crazy. We got some cool DNR officers, and then there's a Fed officer. So when you body boot like that video I showed earlier, you have it's called I think a tender, something like that boat, tender boat.
Yep.
Leave all your shit in the boat, and there's a guy in it. You shoot a cripple, he goes, picks it up. Well, if you leave your license in that boat, that's a ticket, and you lose all your birds.
Really? So, I mean, I guess in Wisconsin, you're supposed to have your stamp and stuff on
you. But, I mean, you're like, dude, I'm standing in the water.
Yeah, like, yeah.
You got to figure it out. Yeah, there's a guy that'll write you for it.
Your jacket pocket, and then you take your jacket off. Like, now, are you screwed now, or what?
Now, do you have to sign your license, sign across your stamps?
I think we're supposed to sign them, yeah.
Yeah, you will get tickets for that, too. But last year was the first year it's electronic.
Huh.
They got rid of our state stamp. No more state stamp. You still got to buy it, but you don't get one. Bullshit.
They just want that money.
It's still $25 or whatever it is, $20.
Right.
Well, you don't get a stamp anymore.
Yeah, that they get you, man. Like
it's cool. I'll spend the money. Absolutely, put it to good use. Just give me a stamp. I got them all saved since like 2012.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I like collecting them too, which would kind of make me mad if they stopped handing them out because I like to collect them or whatever. But
dude,
no,
they used to do so in Maryland. They would do. You take a photo, you paint the photo, and you submit the picture and the painted picture for the stamp for the state.
Yeah, they do that. They do that too here.
Oh, they do that everywhere?
Yeah, you can try to win the. I don't know about taking a picture of it, but like they paint. People make paintings to try to get on the waterfowl stamp, or that might even just be like.
That's the weather in Alaska right now. Oh, hold on. Just white.
Jeez, I was gonna say I didn't really see much. So
Whiteout conditions here in Alaska. You know that guy? The dude who
yeah,
knows the weather?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Is he up your way? Or is he here?
I have no idea. I don't think it's.
Reporting from Nova Scotia. We have high winds today. I love it.
It like calls the craziest stuff, and then it happens. Yeah.
If the weatherman was like that, we'd all watch it.
Yeah, I would.
It would be
probably
sent
watch
out so much more. Traffic is crazy on the Beltway.
it. That would be sweet.
Major collision, report.
Yeah.
Darius, I got the photo. It looks miserable, but fun. You guys got jackrabbits or what are those called?
Snowshoe hares.
That's it. The real big ones. They're big. Darius, what you got? What's your biggest? See if you send me a picture of it again. Oh, dude. Darius, where are you? I did not see these houses. Are you in your? Holy shnikes, dude! That's a truck. It's completely buried. Oh wait, look. I got this. Call me Jamie from Joe Rogan. Watch. Bring this up.
Yeah, pull it up, Jamie.
You got to go Facebook. Messenger. Oh, there it is. Damn it. Look at that. That's a truck.
Oh, geez. Yeah, they're getting dumped on right now. We need that to come down. I need a snow day tomorrow. That'd be great.
That's just Tundra. Is that a vehicle? No, I don't think so. I'm down the river from home. Holy smokes. You're right there.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Instagram is blowing up. I got too many tabs open. Yeah, that's a truck. That's a truck right there, too.
Wow.
How deep does the snow get there? Like 4 feet or like 40 feet? We'll see what he says. Move that, make us bigger again. There we go. Sam, you down to go with me to Alaska?
Dude, yeah, that sounds awesome.
So when I go back, I want it to be some sort of trip where absolutely going to have fun, absolutely going to have a good time, spend time with good people, but I want there to be a goal that comes out of it. What is the purpose of the trip? Are we educating people on the way people live here? Are we entertaining people? What is it? And then we just got to figure that out.
Yeah.
Depends how much it snows. Yeah, no shit. How deep is the snow depends how much it snows. How much snow do you have now? Is it like, or this season, because it's probably melting already? Is your base? What's California's got like 190 inches this year? Hey Alexa, how much snow did California get?
No snow is expected in Sacramento, California tonight.
No snow tonight. I swear sometimes she don't know anything. Oh, it's melting now. It's getting warmer and warmer. He says it's melting. Well, Sam, we got to plan a trip there. I was there when it was between 25 and 75 was the temperature swings.
That's a nice temp.
It was nice. It was nice enough where you would go from cold to plenty warm real fast.
Right.
Like
Switch
it'd be
your weather.
raining. Yeah, it's like raining and windy, and like in 2 hours you'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, we gotta get back together. It's been
I'll
way
come
too long.
up there. So Wisconsin. Let me pull up this photo I have of the Bass Pro. Richmond, North Carolina, Florida, Tennessee. Dang. We don't come up there at all.
Are you
Or
looking
I
at
don't
your
come up.
schedule?
Yeah. July. Nope, I think there's one in August. Yep, St. Lawrence River. That's the closest I'll be to you. Well, planned. But I'll come up in May.
That would be a blast.
Yeah, I'll come up in May.
That would
We'll
be
plan
really
it.
cool. That would be
I'll
sweet.
plan it. We'll do it. We'll do it for Pop. What do you call him? Grandpa?
I call him Grandpa Dan.
We'll do it for Grandpa Dan.
Yep. Yeah, no,
And
he
then-
was actually one that, I mean, he helped me get my camera and gave me a little small loan at the time to help me get my nice camera for this elk hunt.
Nice.
And actually was the one that he really kind of pushed me and said, like, like you just got to go for it and do it. He's like, those guys that do it professionally, like they didn't, they started off as camera guys or doing just being there. And so he was always like, it was cool. You could just tell he always thought it was really cool that I was doing what I was doing or had the chances that I did, and he wanted me to take them. And so yeah, he had given me a small loan or whatever to get my newer camera, and like he really wanted me to do it, and so that was cool.
Man, that's awesome. I'm excited to meet him. Haven't met him.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that. We got to pick dates. We'll pick dates around his schedule. And I think I just have the one thing in May that I have to film as of now. But I'll put this, we'll get something on the schedule for it. I'll block it out.
Yeah. No, yeah, the tough thing that I remember last year when I was trying to get him a turkey, it was obviously like I wanted to bring him down to Eau Claire, but he wasn't like just too much going on, to do that. And with someone that's older, it's hard to bring him down, an hour and a half away and stay at like, our apartment here. So we went up north, but up north is just like, dude, it's tougher turkey hunting up north. Around here in Eau Claire, you got a lot more fields and stuff like that, and you can chase them around. Up north is like just all woods, and up north, we're way up, but like my hometown is like another hour and a half north, and that's a lot of trees, and so, but I think for something like this, he would definitely come down here.
Or we can go up there to him.
Or we can go up there, and I mean, yeah.
Where is he about?
Shell Lake. So, that's like another hour and 20 minutes up north of Eau Claire.
Holy cow. I got distracted. I was just going to my map and then I saw the picture that Darius just sent me. Look at this. Are these all sheds? Are those sheds that you guys found going moose shed hunting?
That looks like a blast. I got to show it just because it's here. And we went shed hunting not too long ago. And we found this bad boy, just thick, massive shed. And my dad found it last year when we were turkey hunting, and then I found the other half this year, and which kind of sucks. It was only like 3 yards from where this one was found, but the brow tine is chewed off, and the G2 here as well. Actually, I was kind of dinking around it. It had a little piece that went up about to right here. It was chewed down, so it was really flimsy, and I was like taking these and like rattling with them, and I busted it off. So like I was like, oh, that was kind of stupid, but dude, yeah,
That's nice.
I would love to go shed hunting for moose sheds. I found one when we were out in Colorado, fly fishing and trout fishing, and I found one. I was going to take a dump behind the 4-wheeler and walked into the woods, and it was laying like right there. So I was like, that was pretty cool. And then don't shed hunt usually much in Wisconsin, or haven't been good at it. except for this year. But we always go to South
There's
Dakota
more.
shed hunt. Dude, that looks awesome.
Wow.
I couldn't imagine finding one of those just massive paddles. Like, that thing's sweet.
Oh yeah.
The moose shed I found is literally like, dude, this shed is almost bigger than the moose shed that I found. Like, it's not much to it, but yeah, those would be cool to find. Nice. Those are pretty. I would think pretty freshly shed antlers too. They're pretty dark brown and whatever. That's
Dude,
cool.
the moose in Alaska. So I've never been on a moose hunt until I went to Alaska for a moose hunt. Set the bar high. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. Way bigger than any horse you've seen.
Oh,
Way
you see the videos of them like towering over cars or whatever.
cars. Yeah. It's almost like a dinosaur.
Yeah. A little prehistoric animal there.
Oh, Darius says he found a small one after he found those nice ones. What do you guys do? Darius, comment and tell us what you do. What do you do with the antlers? Do you sell them? Do you give them to the dogs to eat? Do you carve stuff out of them? I have no idea what you're doing with them. I know with their furs, I think they sell fur. Or the village does something with the fur. They trap stuff.
Huh.
Oh, they sell them. They'll sell the. Are they valued? Do they get their value by the weight or the measurement or like the aesthetics, how they look? Like what is a valuable? I would think it'd be real big.
Yeah, I would think they'd go off the weight. I'm curious to see.
Mm-hmm.
What is like a nice
What's it go for? $200?
Pope and
2,000?
Young, Pope and Young sized moose, or I don't even know if they call it Pope and Young, probably some other cool name of some frontier up there. But like
$10.50 a pound. We were close with how they estimated pounds.
Yeah.
$10 a pound. Damn, some of them are heavy, dude. You get a 50-pound moose head? Or 50-pound? Well, maybe they're not 50 pounds. Maybe I'm just weak. What's one Darius, what's one antler a good one weigh? Like Nico shot a 69 and Cameron's was 71. They were big. That's real big. That's measured from the farthest tip out here to the farthest tip out here.
And they just go by width. That's it.
I don't really know. But I think you measure that and then you can ask other questions like, oh, how many points did it have? How were his paddles? Were they closed or were they real wide and open?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different stuff. I'll film it. Learn about it.
Dude, yeah. That would be.
Yeah, Darius, what's a big one? What's one way? Tell us, comment it. You might be looking, you might be typing. Oh, it depends how much they weigh. The standards they can. Oh, if they are standards, they can get extra bucks.
Huh. I would assume somebody wants a nice dark chocolate, real nice, palmated or whatever, like rack. That's what I would assume is like kind of the cat's meow on that, like just something that's just looks massive.
Oh, dude, Darius, what's going on with the wild dogs in your village right now? They have wild dogs.
Do they like shoot them or what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
maybe they don't.
But they're wild. Like they'll attack you. I've seen them.
Really?
Yeah, I'm friends with a lot of them on Facebook, and yeah, it's crazy. It's
Dude, you're like
to think Alaska. It's not. It's another world. Oh, here we got another picture from the snowmobile. Let's bring it up. Wow.
Dang.
Darius, is that near where we were, where Cam and Nico sighted in their guns, and there was I don't want to get too detailed because someone might know where the next thing that I say is. Depends how much they weigh. I'm excited. Darius, if Noel doesn't answer me, dude, you gotta hop on one of these. you got on a Thursday. I'll send you the information. No, this is behind where my girlfriend is from. But he knew what I was talking about. It all looks so familiar from not being from there. Everything looks the same. And it was kind of cool because Sam, you'll like this. So we're riding in the boat up the rivers. Me not knowing where we are, like you think, oh wow, how do you know the river's gonna go left, right, and then up that way over there? These guys would look at the trees. What types of trees grow in the rivers? And when you look at the far horizon, you can see the trees and you can't see the river itself turning, but you can see the types of trees moving. And you know where your river's going?
That's
Mhm.
high level stuff.
Yeah, it's totally different. Totally different. Go ahead, get on the subway and ride it to train stop B. No. But you can look at the trees and tell me which ones are growing by the river. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that's sweet. That's like oh gosh, what's that movie of that guy that lives up in the mountains and just like just a beast of a guy, like back in the day, just simple times, like you just build yourself a cabin and that's you just simpler times, like that's
Yeah.
that's what I
That's what it's about to get to. Who knows, man? Who knows? We're getting hacked by China.
yeah, who knows, man. Trying to Jeremiah Johnson. That was the movie.
Oh.
Jeremiah Johnson, like our wrestling coach, we would every year he would play that movie on like one of our long trips on the bus. Was Jeremiah Johnson. He knew every word. There's not a lot of words to it, but he knew every word to that movie and could recite it. And that's a that's a good movie. But I feel like that dude, like, you're just a beast, man. Like if you can withstand harsh conditions like that and
Do you
yeah,
follow the
he
dude
would
on
smoke any
Instagram?
Bone character.
The guy on Instagram that looks nerdy. Just put it like it is. But he's like lives in Alaska and makes shelters and has a family and everything. Have you ever seen it? He's like, today we're going to live. I can't switch my Instagram because it's live, I guess. But it's living with wildlife. It's something like that. You've seen it. I'll send it to you next time. It pops up all
Yeah,
the time.
I probably have, but
The dude, he's real nasally, wears glasses, and he's like, today in Alaska it's -30 and it's really cold, but it's gonna be okay because I have my fish. It's so funny. Dude, but he's bad. Like you look at him and think, this nerdy guy.
right.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And then you watch a couple videos and you're like, dude, this guy is hardcore.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. People always say don't judge a book by its cover. What do you say about that, Sam?
Yeah. I mean, that
You got to, right? You got to judge a book by its cover.
I mean, depending on the scenario,
Safety.
yeah, I think and it's
Judgmental's
crazy.
different.
Yeah, right.
Judgmental or judging, you might have to just, hey, if you turn the alley and there's 6 dudes standing down there and there's no lights on, are you judging them thinking they're going to beat you up, or are you going to use prior knowledge and thinking I'm outnumbered and this isn't safe?
Yeah, that's what
It's tough. Are you being a judgmental piece of crap, or are you just using prior knowledge to evade a potential harmful situation?
yeah, I'm going with option 2 on that one.
Yeah.
I
Is
think
it your
depending on the
anxiety?
scenario.
Yeah. Are you a judgmental asshole, or are you an anxious pansy?
Yeah, no, I think that it is crazy though. The more you get to know people and you're like, people just, that's the fun part about meeting people, especially like when we went out west together, like people just have their hidden talents and like, and you're just like, dude, like that is, you're like really good at that, and it's just kind of cool. Like, you know, God gives everyone their talents, and if they, you know, figure out what they are and use them the way they're, you know, supposed to, like, you're gonna be good at it. People are gonna know.
Yeah. It's all part of some sort of plan.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is. Once you start planning it, it's going to change. Just got to ride the wave. I've seen his videos. Darius knows the guy I'm talking about. They might hate him because I don't think he's a native. Darius, you guys got to make videos like that. He's making millions. Maybe not millions. He's making thousands. And yeah, that's it. Dude's got the big following. I got a whole nother 3 hunts here to edit. Four hunts actually.
Yeah, that's a tough part about filming. I think I love the filming and the being out in the just the adventure and the outdoors and the toughness of it and the grind. Putting the film together to make the movie or make the show, that gets a little tougher. That's, you know, I could learn how to do it.
Yeah, dude, the first bit sucks, and then the ending sucks. Everything in the middle is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But the beginning, it's like you got to find your video, or you got to find the music. You got to get it all ready, get your ideas flowing.
I feel like that's the hard part, is syncing the music or syncing like people talking to showing different scenes. I think that's where it gets me a little bit. But dude, I just love making like Instagram reels, and like, it's not much, but if you have some sort of like little 20-second, 30-second video to,
Your
like,
turkey one was sick that you did.
The recent one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was cool with my brother and cousin, and walked up in this barn and got permission to, like, we asked the lady to go in the barn to like take pictures, and she's like, I don't know, she probably thought we were doing bad stuff in there. And I'm like, no, like, I love hunting photography. Like, I just want to go in there. I think it'd be really, really sweet. And she's like, okay, I mean, I guess. And it was made for a pretty cool scene.
I stay in the woods as much as I can, back and forth. We eat well. We love God and we love our neighbor. For the life of me, I cannot believe more people would not get on board with that. I keep life simple. I stay in the woods as much as I can, back and forth. We eat well. We love God and we love our neighbor. For the life of me, I cannot believe more people would not get on board with that.
Yeah, amen.
That was fun.
There was another one you did last year. Or maybe it was the photos. Here's Sam's, anyone watching still, here's Sam's, or not still, I mean, you can watch this anytime. It could be next year you can watch this. Here's Sam's Instagram, Meltoman8. Meltoman 8. Sam, is this your boat? Who's this?
Yeah, that's mine. Or wait, no, boat. That's my buddy from down by La Crosse-ish area. And he and I went to school, together, and then he moved back south. And he just like got into duck hunting and was like, hey, like, I see you like duck hunting, and so we just got together, and now now I go there multiple times a year, hang out and go hunt.
This picture,
dude, that was like one of my favorite shots. I think, like, that was like, I don't know if it turned out as good as I was like hoping, but like taking the shots was really cool. That one. Yeah, that was fun.
Is this the same barn that the lady was in, or a different one, or the one that you knocked on the door?
Yeah, no, that's a different one. Yeah. That was cool.
That's the bandage face.
Yeah, no, that wasn't reenacted. That was the
That's
moment.
real.
That was
Yeah.
real. That was sweet.
Oh, that's sweet looking.
Thanks.
Different,
Yeah,
different.
dude, I love. I don't know if I love like necessarily like the like I know when I first got a camera, I really wanted to get pictures of like ducks flying in motion or like of deer or any kind of animal, I guess, in like it's doing its thing. And it was hard right away. Like I would walk behind my grandpa's house and go behind the pond and like I'd be like sitting in the brush just waiting for a duck to come and then I'd like get just a horrible shot and like I didn't know how to like
And be so happy with it.
Yeah, I
But
was jacked.
I've seen the duck. The duck landed today.
Yeah, dude, I would get so excited. I ran back to my cousins were all like playing volleyball at my house and like jumping in my pool and like I was out like trying to get a picture of a duck like and they're all like, yeah, I mean that's an okay picture. Like that's pretty good. They were nice about it and like I was just inside. I was like, man, this thing I can't wait to like edit this and post it to Instagram. Like but now, I've kind of changed a little bit. I don't necessarily love like getting that picture of like of the bird. I mean, it would still be sweet to get a picture of a duck flying, whatever. But like, definitely changed to like the lifestyle of hunting and like the different moments that are like can be overlooked or like even I guess having a kill shot, but like having it be like unique or different or cool, or just like I don't know when you're on the Instagram there and you can see like the turkey hanging and then the gun like the 410 like cocked the way it was against the barnwood like that's just they're right there down to the like that's the kind of stuff I like to take pictures of now like just like the I don't know the little moments like making that moment last even longer than it needs to or I guess if you scroll up a little bit I don't know what's that one of my with my wife there off to the not that one
That was loud.
the one above and to the right oh that was a video so that was the frame that I set but like looking at the frame that I set there like she's picking up the turkey and like smiling and looking down at it like that's just I think pretty cool or I love pictures like people like setting out decoys or something like just all the behind the scene kind of images.
Something that tells a story.
Right. Yeah.
It's got to what is it? It's got to have three things: emotion, relatability, and wonder. You got to not know everything about the picture, or else you're not going to want to stare at it.
Right.
But you got to relate to it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
I guess I've never even actually heard of that before, but that makes sense. That would make a good image, and yeah, that's.
Damn, what did I say? What were the three? That was good.
Wonder.
Relatability.
Yeah, what is wonder, relatability, and I don't know. Watching that.
Shit, I'm definitely gonna watch that back. That was good.
It was good. That was
story.
Motivate. Now I feel like I know what I'm looking for. It's got to be relatable. People got to think.
That's when you make a reel. That's what's the reel. It's got to. You can make the most badass video, but if it doesn't have anything that someone can relate to, you're not gonna watch it.
Right.
Even like the videos that get millions of views that have it's just a guy slicing something gets millions of views. Why? Because you're getting pleasure out of it. It's pleasurable. You're watching that, and it's like you watch it again because it felt good. And you can relate to cutting stuff, and when you cut perfect, it feels good.
Yep.
That's it. It doesn't have to be cool.
Yeah.
But I don't like posting stuff that's not cool.
Right. Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
think what's hard is like, so there was like a time where I was posting like a lot of reels, and I would actually get like really high number of views, like
You usually get a
pretty
lot.
pretty crazy high number of views that I was like, man, that's like kind of crazy. And then I would just like make another one, not edit on my computer, not even take the videos with a nice camera, and like post it just for fun, and trim up the video a little bit, put a song to it, and it'd get like 20,000 views. And I'd be like, really? And then I would like take time and like try to make like a nice video with like my camera and like make the transitions nice. And I would like really like take my time on it. And then that would get like 1,000 views, and I'd be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But sometimes I think people like the I mean, I guess before the algorithms too, I feel like my page started not maybe being seen as much across the, or maybe the videos were just not as good. But anyways, I think the simple like videos that I was making, I think people maybe just related to them, and it didn't have to be all these crazy transitions that I would love to make, where like you're zooming in on something and it's like turning, and then it's like coming out with a different like drone shot or something, and like really really cool. Like I appreciate the heck out of those videos because I just know that like
Yeah.
I can't make something like that, or I'd have to
And how
learn
much goes
and
into it.
really, yeah. But I think people sometimes just really like the like simplistic,
A cell
like,
phone video.
right.
Like what's that saying? It's always the low quality videos that are the best. Like the school fights.
Yeah.
A fight, a old fight video. Cell phone. Just the crazy video of Conor McGregor going wild. It's a cell phone. It's
Yeah.
all cell phone stuff.
Right.
So another thing that I've always put into my head, whatever camera can get the shot is the best camera.
Yeah.
So it goes in stages. So first, it's always going to be your phone because it's the fastest to pull out and you can get it, and you can put social media the quickest. It's always the phone. But then the next, what are the goals? What are the qualities? What do you have to do with it? What are you going to do with this video? And then it gets down to, all right, this one might be the best for the quickest, but is it the best for the goal? Is it the best for the job? Is it the best to get the results? No. Or maybe, yeah, it might be, no, we just want a cell phone with a guy walking around talking. Cool. That might be the goal.
Right.
Hmm. Dude, I get that question a lot when people are asked, what are your prices? What are your prices? What are your prices? It's like, what are we doing? Well, just come and film for a day. Well, what am I? Am I just standing behind the camera and it's on a tripod? Or am I
Right.
hiking? Are we carrying stuff? Am I creating a shot list? Am I also going to use my memory cards and my gear? Am I going to then offload the footage and label it and organize it?
Yeah.
It's so much. And then the analogy I use a lot is the car. You go you go to a car dealership. Hey, I'm looking to buy a car. What are they going to say? What's your budget? You're not going to
Right.
tell what's your car. What are you selling? He's going to say, "Oh, fuck it. I'll sell you a Ferrari or a Honda. What do you want?"
Yeah.
And that's the same when it comes to video stuff. Do you want? And majority of the camera guys can do what you want to do, whatever the client is.
Yep.
But you had a $1,000 budget or a $10,000 budget? Do you just want one day of shooting, and if the shot wasn't right because it was too foggy or not foggy enough, or the audio, the voice was raspy, or we should go to a second shot to really make the story better? Doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, it matters to the quality of the video, but at the end of the day, whatever your budget is what we'll work with.
Right. I think it just makes it really tough for, well, for anyone, but especially like someone like me, where I'm starting out. or was, and like I don't know, and it's like, dude, don't. Thanks, Kyler. Um, it's hard. It's like I don't know what I should list my prices as all the time. Like, you know, I'm new, but like also like I feel like I do good work, or also yeah, like you were saying, like, do you want the GoPro video, or do you want like
Mhm.
cell phone video, or do you want, a nice camera, cinematic ish,
And what are we doing
thing
with it? Are we editing a 1 30-second reel for you to have for just for fun,
that
for you to just keep?
yeah,
Or are we going to make
exactly.
a 2 minute, or are we going to make a 30-second video that's going to get you $200,000 in sales?
Right.
Well, not saying we need more money for that, but I'm saying you need to value it more. If you're thinking, hey, I'm gonna make this video and it's gonna give me $100,000 in jobs, or $200,000, say $100,000 in jobs. Well, you should not spend $1,000 on this, or else you're probably not going to get what you want.
Right.
Like you're it's just, you got to weigh it out, and a lot of people are starting to see that.
Yeah. And I think what's tough too is like you just don't want to be taken advantage of.
Hmm.
Like I don't want to, like, I'm already like I'm gonna produce what I think is pretty cool, or what I think would I'm gonna work my best, obviously. Like you said, we can do a really high level job or maybe a lower job depending on the price. But like I'm always gonna have
Yeah,
some, like, I want to make respectable
yeah. The
stuff.
guy
But like I'm
cutting
not,
your grass is going to cut your grass good, regardless. Yeah.
yeah. And like I care what I make, and I'm not gonna make something stupid just because it's
Mhm.
cheap or whatever. But I also don't like I'm to
I'll turn down a
be
job. Turn it down.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
that was hard right away getting into like even just filming with like day rates and stuff like that. It's like, well,
I don't like
one, I
doing
don't
that.
even really know, but then two,
I
it's
don't like
like,
doing that.
yeah, that's hard because you could be filming
Mhm.
all day and then, or like some days you're just taking like some pictures or something like that.
You're
It's
taking
just a
advantage
hard,
of it. It grays the area and muddies the water between client and cameraman when you do a day rate. I think it should be project, because if you tag out early, well, the outfit still gets the same amount of money. The the cameraman still has the same goals.
right?
So what? You tagged out early and his schedule is closed for you, and he doesn't get paid what he thought he was going to? No, that's not fair. And then it'll muddy the water because, all right, your day rate is whatever, $300 when you're using the camera and $200 when you don't use the camera. Well, this morning I got a sunrise shot. Did I ask you to get a sunrise shot? You asked me to be creative.
Right.
It's muddies the water. What's the
Right.
project? What's the project? How long potentially could it be? We're flying out this day. We're flying home this day. X amount of dollars.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. We fly there and we can't hunt at all. X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. It is what it is. My schedule's still booked out. I still turn down jobs. I still, yeah, same as everything
Yeah.
else.
Or even like, I'm away from my wife
Yeah,
and my family, or, whatever. Like that's tough. You gotta,
yeah, yeah. And then
you're
people
taking
say
on,
like, "Oh, truckers." So I've heard this one. Truckers are away from their families. Truckers get paid a lot more. Truckers get paid a lot more. Truckers
yeah,
usually get health insurance and benefits and overtime and stipends for the hotels and food and all kinds of other stuff. Yes,
right.
cameraman's stuff is covered, but when they clock out and they hit their 10 hours or whatever it is that they can drive that truck, they turn it off and watch
Right.
TV. That cameraman's not turning it off. He's plugging into his computer and labeling the files and organizing them. And oh, there was a sick picture from today that would be really neat to post if we send it over to him. It's not a turn off type of job like a trucker.
No. Yeah.
You know what else I thought today? Talk about ADD brain. All right. So got my nose cauterized because it was bleeding a little bit. And it's been bleeding a little bit again. So I got it cauterized a second time. Bleeding a little bit again now. Every time I got to pay a copay and my insurance gets billed. What other profession can you mess up 3 times and still get billed the same amount of money?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Like,
hey, I did the brake, I did the alignment on your truck. Comes back a week later, it's just not straight anymore. All right, another $100. Comes back again, it's still not straight. Another $100. I think I got it this time. What? How does that work? So
right.
the dentist thing, you go to a dentist. The dentist can say, I need to see you back next month. He just wrote his own check.
Yeah.
He just wrote his own check. Like, why does my doctor need to see me once a month? Because I'm his income.
Right.
They don't need to see you that often. They're telling you when they're scheduling their payments for themselves. That's all it is.
Yeah.
No other job can you do that. No other job. Mm-mm. But one time I got an MRI. Is that what it's called? MRI, yeah, on my hip. And I didn't like what the lady told me. So I went and got a second opinion. Turns out I have hip dysplasia. My socket is bigger than my hip joint, so there's play in it. Right?
Yeah.
So I never paid my MRI bill. So they kept calling me. One day I answered it. They called me in a mood. Mr. Gibbons, you owe us whatever, $600 and blah 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 dollars for an MRI on this date. And I was like, yeah, I know, I keep getting that. But you guys misdiagnosed me. I have hip dysplasia, and it turns out you're born with it. We'll call you back. They called me back and they were like, don't worry about paying anything.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
well,
crazy.
Because the second opinion I went to, they said you have hip dysplasia and it's something you're born with. I don't know much about it. They just said you can either get surgery or deal with it until you need surgery. Yeah, so they called me back. I was like, you know what? I'm not a baby, and I do hurt.
Yeah.
Sam, it's 11 o'clock here in the East Coast.
Dude. Yeah,
I'm
getting
it.
tired. My wife, she left a little while ago and went up to bed, and so yeah, it's getting late. I'm getting sleepy, man.
Them hips don't lie. Yeah, I'm getting tired too. Your buddy commented, "Those hips don't lie." My hips are hurting. Sam, I'm going to bed. I got some editing tomorrow to do. Anyone watching that's interested in being a guest, shoot me a message. If I say no, don't get offended. I'm picky.
Yeah, you can't blame me.
Yeah,
dude, it's been a blast. I really appreciate you having me on, and it's something new.
man.
I've never done anything like this.
I just started. So
yeah,
back to your grandpa telling you to do it. I've been wanting to do a podcast for a long time now. You're the 4th Friday in a row I've done. No, we're Thursdays. Fourth. I started on a Friday because I thought the time would be better. But you're the 4th one I've done now. Weeks in a row. It's so much easier than I thought. I was so anxious about getting the studio set up right, getting the cameras, I've used one camera the whole time. I have 3 other ones. Why was I so anxious about that? Why was I so anxious about having the perfect microphone with the perfect this and the perfect that? Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just
do it.
The fear. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's what it was.
That's all it is.
I mean, same thing for even before I got a camera or whatever. Like, it's something like, it's like, well, if it's not gonna be perfect, then, or you just.
That's me. Our reels, dude. I have so just last night I found a whole bunch of reels that I've edited in a folder.
Yeah.
That I'd never posted. A lot of them. Probably 35, 40. And
yeah,
I found one and I was like, this one's kind of decent. I went to post it last night and was like, no, I don't like it. And then I woke up this morning and looked at it and was like, I like it. No, I don't like it. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm posting it. I'm not listening to this shoulder. I'm listening to this one.
Yeah.
I'm my biggest critic.
That's exactly what I was just gonna say. We're our own biggest critic, and like, so it's interesting. This will be like last point, but anyways, like with Instagram and posting, and you always like feel like I can't post again, or I can't post too much, I can't post too little, and now I've just kind of like I went through a phase. I went through a little time period where I felt like no, I'm not gonna post it, and because I just didn't. I don't know. You just like think like it's not that great, or it's not gonna flow with like my aesthetics of my page or whatever. And it's like
it's going hunting,
that.
fishing, fishing, hunting. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm at a point where I'm creating it for me. I'm not creating it for other people. I don't care so much about the views anymore like I used to. Like I'm creating my page for me because when I go back on it and look at it, I want to like I just
You
want it to be
said something to me. So
yeah, I want it to be like a journal where
yeah.
I can look back and see the things that I really enjoy about my life or what I'm taking pictures of and stuff like that. But I remember, I sent you a message because you had asked for photos, and you said send me like 15, 20 photos or whatever. And looking through my camera roll, I was just like, I got to find exactly kind of what I said word for word, but I think it's here. I said, gosh, you forget how fun and awesome of a life you have when looking back through your camera roll. And I was like, yeah, because our day is so fast paced and bang, 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 and everything's here, here, here. And even I'm a victim of it. Like I got my, eyes to my screen, at home here. And so it's tough, but like, dude, when you go back through and look at the things that you've done and like accomplished, and you start like looking through the photos, of stuff, and you're like, dude, I have it great. Like I have experienced pretty freaking cool things at 23 years old, and so I just like to create my Instagram or whatever, my page as almost like just a journal.
And what's your OnlyFans? Do you do that still? No, I'm kidding. Hey, Darius just commented, show him the picture I sent on Messenger. Ready for this one?
Yeah, let's see it. I have no idea what this is going to be. That is sweet. I see even the spec down below, but dude, that is something that would be a blast hunting some swans. They're huge. During the little bird flu, I was floating down the river in my kayak and in the spring and found like 3 swans, and like you don't realize how big they are until you're like I paddled up next to it, and like I didn't really want to touch it, so I like kind of did it with my paddle, but the thing was freaking massive, and that would be a fun hunt to shoot a swan. Or we have a neck banded swan in where my hometown is, and like I got a couple pictures of it. The one time it landed in our spread when we were goose hunting, which was like that was cool.
Wait till it lands in the road.
Nah,
we can't hunt them here.
Yeah, we can't hunt swans here either in Wisconsin, but like you could go out to North Dakota or something, I think, or South Dakota, and you get like one tag or something like that. But one thing I want to hunt is
I'm afraid to ask how many people were on that hunt.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that looks cool. That looks awesome. That looks like a fun time. And I love hunting in the snow. Like that is
Me too.
That makes anything better. Like all the best hunts that I've been on have been like a foot of snow or it's snowing and greenheads are coming through the snow, and that makes it so much better. So like or like the late season goose floats that I do for for bands or whatever, like that's that's like so much fun because you're just paddling through and it's like 5 degrees out. Everything, all lakes, everything's frozen, but there's just like a stream where
cut.
you know the geese are sitting, and you just come around a bend and they go crazy, and then that's my favorite late season.
There's a dude that carved out a tree for a float boat.
Huh.
Can you imagine that?
That's a good idea. I mean, the geese probably
Yeah.
wouldn't- they're like, oh, this is
No, it's a
log.
log. Yeah. The birds are making their way up, he says. Good.
Yeah, I believe.
I hope they all
That's
come
the one
there.
thing too. That's something that I love is like I get so intrigued, and I'm a science teacher, so like I was teaching the kids about it earlier in the school year about like just the migration and like I just like the migration pattern, everything that entails, and like that's why I mean, yeah, I shoot a lot of bands, but like they're all pretty local, so there's not as cool. But like I did shoot a couple snow geese that were from like Equalit or way up past Hudson Bay, and we were in North Dakota, and they're like 20 years old. It's just like think of the miles that they've seen, and I just really get like intrigued with anything about migration patterns. I think is so interesting and cool. Like,
are you moving to Texas for that migration?
yeah. No.
Did you know hummingbirds migrate far? There's a hummingbird that flies the whole Gulf Coast.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. True.
Think how many,
How many
flaps
flaps that is? Yep. We said it at the same time. Darius says he ordered a pack of snow geese decoys.
Nice.
They don't need much decoys out there, and they can mouth call. They call everything with their mouths.
Really?
When I tell you native as native AF, yeah. These guys were like the people that waved to friggin' what's his name, Christopher Columbus, to say, "Hey, come over here."
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say like the Mayflower or something like
that. Yeah, that's where I was going with it. These guys waved in the Mayflower.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
And it's
awesome.
noticeable. Like, so I was there, and probably 8-year-old kid comes up. I got my sidearm on my because of airs and everything, and we're pumping gas, and I'm just getting B-roll, and he walks up and he's like, "Hey, nice pistol. Is that a 9 or a 10?" I'm like, it's a 9mm. He goes, "Oh, I got a BB gun just like it, and it'll kill all these dogs." But he's not joking, because that's what he needs to carry it for, the dogs, because they'll attack him. Yeah, and it's great. Like, you wouldn't. That's not a conversation that we'd have around here. We stayed with there for they do a culture week. 1 week out of the year, the school goes out and camps and lives off the land with their teachers. And we stayed with them for one night. They had a porcupine. They were tracking a moose. They caught a bunch of fish. They had bugs, some big beetles that they were catching. Like, stuff that I knew nothing about. Not nothing, but not enough to be comfortable by myself out there. Yeah.
Right. That's
so
awesome.
Yeah. I want to take you out there. You'd love it.
Dude, that would be sick. That would be so fun. That'd be really cool. My uncle did a shout out to my uncle Nathaniel that commented earlier.
What's up,
Gators he used to do Gators outdoor adventures and take like troubled teens and stuff, and like take them on these like taking the
Shit
kid.
out
Yeah. I'm sure they had a handful of kids that they probably had to keep in line, but he would take them on these crazy adventures, like fishing and like hard stuff, and just like teach them like how to like survive and like just humble themselves a little bit with like outdoors and
You're like, now how tough are you? What are you gonna do? Yeah. What are you gonna run away? Go ahead, run away.
Right.
Yeah. Look, Darius says we were invaded. The natives were invaded. Yeah, you guys were.
I think it's cool though. Like it humbles the kids, and then I mean he doesn't do this anymore, but like I feel like that kind of stuff just humbles them, but then also like teaches them, like it just gives them a purpose, and so then they're not doing whatever they were that got them there in the first place, dicking around. But like, dude, I love hunting. It just gives you, I mean, it's just, I don't know, closest connection to like nature. I feel like everyone's like, oh, you hate animals. It's like, no, I love animals. Like, yeah, I hunt them, but like my favorite animals are the things that I hunt.
Oh, he said invaded from the camp. So in the
Oh.
video, I have the camera on Nico, and he's eating, and in the background, there's just kids everywhere, and I'm like, Nico, but from the camera side, it's like this. It's like, hey, give me some audio on what's going on. We got invaded. That's the audio he gives me. Yeah, so I'm like, oh, we're using it. So
That's
it's
awesome.
fitting. All right, Sam. We said goodbye. We said goodbye at 1 hour, and then at 2 hours, and now we're at 3 hours and 19 minutes.
Yeah, that like 215 to like 240 range was a little bit dry, and then it started picking up though, so we had to keep it going. So
We did.
yeah,
It's easy, dude. Talking's easy. We're good at it.
yeah, we didn't have any questions or prompts or nothing. I mean, like,
No, I've not. The only thing I have written down here on my thing is Jake Paul versus Tyson. We hit on it. Who do you want to win? Who do you want to win? You want Jake? You want Tyson to just fucking knock him out?
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Shooting the bands, baby on the way. Due date September 27th.
That's my
29th.
birthday, 29th.
29th. First hunting memory, coaching wrestling. Yeah, dude, we touched on it all.
Yeah.
We touched on all my little bullets that I had down there, and I didn't have to look at them.
Yeah. Well, I had a blast, dude. I feel like Joe Rogan right now. We just hit 3 hours. That's usually how long his are. And
A Midwest goodbye.
Go to bed, Mason. We're not having a snow day tomorrow.
Yeah, he said goodbye like 2 hours ago.
Yeah. No, I got to get to bed. And dude, it was good catching up with you. I really appreciate the opportunity to
Oh,
be on
absolutely.
here. And just another
Dude, we got
chance
to do it
just
again.
kick back and talk. Like that was fun.
That's really all it is. Like I keep telling people, it's casual conversations.
Yeah,
it's really all.
I don't really. Anyone else was like really enjoyed it or was kind of bored by it? Like we had a good time.
We had a good time, and I'll cut up. I'll download all the footage, cut it all up, and I'll send you some stuff too, so you have some content for you. Of course. All right, Sam. Talk to you later. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Have a good night. See ya.
See ya. All right, guys. That's it. That's a wrap. That was Sam Melton. Go ahead, check him out on Instagram. He is Meltoman_8. Good guy, awesome man, good father, soon to be father, great husband, follower in Christ. All right, guys. Next week we have a special guest here from Harford County. Not going to say who it is yet, but it's a big one. See ya.